Are you tired of interdimensional pedophile vampires turning the freaking frogs gay? I'm tired of this shit! I'm tired of the New World Order elite!
Whoa. TJ?
Stop it! Stop it, TJ! Stop it! I am Jesus! I am Jesus! Stop it, TJ! Stop it! Oh! Hillary Clinton's the new guy! No! Stop it! What? They're trying to keep it from you, folks! They're trying to keep it from you! The Bohemian Show! Drunken Peasants! Take a look at all of the Alex Jones videos! $5 to rent! $8 to buy! And it's too much! There's no high price for knowledge! There's no high price for knowledge! Your brains and gay Martians are taking over! Oh dear Jesus, why?
TJ hasn't been himself since we watched a bunch of Alex Jones clips. It's $5 to rent it, and it's $8 something. How much is it?
This is my hat now! They're turning the frogs $5! The Illuminati is yours! Who cares? 1776 will buy you pieces of shit! They're gonna give you super male vitality! I used to be fat, but now I'm fit as fuck! Look at this! Look at these muscles! Look at the beauty! Male vitality! Yeah, you know you want it! Alex Jones Special, The Bohemian Chode! Available now!
Welcome to the Drunken Peasants podcast. This podcast is made possible by the support of viewers like you. You can support this podcast on Patreon by using the Amazon links in our description section to do your shopping, by signing up for Loot Crate using our official link, or by contributing via Super Chat if you're watching us live. If you have a video or suggestion for the Drunken Peasants, please label it clearly and send it to the Drunken Peasants Facebook inbox. You may also send fan art and pictures of you wearing or sporting our merchandise. Please do not send personal messages, as these will be deleted unread. Thank you for supporting the show. And with all that shit out of the way, here is the Drunken Peasants podcast. Cast.
Coming to you live from the frigid armpit of America, this is the Drunken Peasants Podcast with Ben and TJ, bringing you opinions of the news from an altered perspective.
Fuck it! Hey man, you got a joint? No, not on me, man.
I don't have facts to back this up.
It'd be a lot cooler if you did.
What the fuck you talking about, atheist?
It's okay.
You're nothing, TJ. You're garbage.
I just want to be liked.
You're garbage.
And now, here are your hosts, Ben and TJ.
We'll do it live. We'll do it live. Fuck it. Do it live. Fucking thing.
Hello, welcome to the Drunken Peasants Podcast, episode 373. And I lied in the intro here. It's not Ben and TJ, it's me and Jeff Holiday. Welcome back, Jeff Holiday.
What's up, everybody? How you doing out there?
every day.
Every day.
So how was your drive up here?
It's fucking terrible, man. I thought I was gonna goddamn die.
Was it smoky?
It was smoky as fuck, and like every single time, there's this one fucking turn. Anytime I get close to it, I almost get into a fucking car wreck. I almost died today, but I risked my life to be here with you and all you beautiful motherfuckers out there.
Yeah, even the people that were talking about how much garbage you are in the chat.
Ooh.
What did they say?
Oh god, I don't even remember what they said. It just kind of like washed off me like a duck floating through a septic pond. I don't know. Something fat. You know, like if people got some haters on me, that's totally fine. If I'm garbage, I hope at least I'm sexy garbage. That'd be nice.
Sexy garbage.
Ooh.
I want to remind everyone that we are having a meetup, even though this guy won't be there. He falls into the loser category.
I'm sorry
for not being there.
I'm gonna be in Atlanta.
Yeah, well, whatever.
Well,
how's it my problem?
It's not.
Okay, all right. Well, there we go. So feel free to click the link in the description. Check it out. We've already sold a bunch of tickets. VIP is sold out. We sold dozens of regular tickets, $15 to buy in advance, $20 at the door. Check it out. Come to the fucking meetup. Everyone will be there except for this guy.
Yeah.
Billy the Fridge will be there. Paul will be there. TJ will be there. Scotty will be there.
Absolutely.
I will be there. All sorts of shenanigans will go on. All sorts of weed will be smoked.
The Peasants are already a really good show, but you add Billy the Fridge in the mix, like, dude, that guy is a fucking legend. He's a fucking legend.
He is a legend.
He's incredible.
I can't believe he's kind of the bridge between all these people too. Like
Billy the Bridge.
He is Billy the Bridge in many ways, because how the fuck else would we get Onision in here? By the way, I tried to work the Onision stench out of the room here.
It still smells a little smug.
Do you know the definition of smug? Do you know what the definition of smug is?
Let me go look that up for you, Greg.
Greg. Greg.
I'm sorry.
It's Greg.
It's Greg.
He was schooling you on that before we went on the air. He's like, my name's Greg.
It's not Greg. It's Greg.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, but anyway, a lot of people thought we should have been harder on him. Guys, we can't act like we're going to assault someone when they're sitting like 10 feet away from us.
I mean, I wasn't here, so I can't promise anything.
Well, there you go.
I don't know. Maybe my more primal instincts would have taken over and I would have fucked him. I don't know.
He gave me a lot of compliments.
Did he?
He was like, when I first walked up to him, he was like, "You're very serious looking, aren't you?" And I'm like, "What?" He's like, "You look very manly, almost like you could be like in the Lord of the Rings or something."
Ooh.
I'm like, "What?"
I think he's got a crush on you.
I don't know.
Maybe. I don't know. He's a very effeminate man.
What does this super chat right there say? I can't read it.
How would you feel about a DP video game? Jotting ideas down for it. Hit me up if interested. I don't want it to suck by Alpha 13 Games. That's not.
We do have some ideas. People have made unlicensed games that were interesting. I mean, there's so many characters and there's almost 4 years of content you can go through. I'm sure it wouldn't be hard to figure out a boss for each level.
Right.
The
manatee has to be the end boss. Though.
Yeah, but you can contact us. Send us a message. Send us a message through Facebook.
Fantastic. Now there's no TJ and Paul weighing you down. I'm going to turn this thing here.
Hey, you know what? They absolutely help the show stay grounded. Okay, I need their weight to weigh us down.
Otherwise, we're going to be too floaty.
Yeah. Our skinny asses are just floating in the air.
You get too high, man. You'll just float away.
How about a DP meetup in 1827 for your old pal JQA? John Quincy Adams, you've got it. And I loved you in the movie How High, by the way, because they dug you up and smoked your corpse to try and get high. Have you ever seen that movie?
I haven't seen that movie, no.
Yeah. I think it's, what is it? It's Method Man and Red Man.
Oh, no. Fuck, okay.
How High?
I have seen that, yeah.
Yeah, because they smoked a smart guy's ashes and he appeared to them as a ghost, so then they dug up John Quincy Adams.
I mean, any movie that has like smoking the dead is pretty much like right
Did
up my alley.
Onision kill TJ and Scotty? No, they weren't here. They're in Louisiana. That's why they're not here. So stop asking why they're not here. They're not even within 2,000 miles of us. Bringing my silicone rig to the meetup. Got that VIP. Jeff, if you live close to me and I wanted to get you... Well, Jeff doesn't get high.
I don't.
Which is weird. That should disqualify him from being on the show.
It's not that I don't get high. I just don't get high on weed.
Do you have a heart problem like Egghead?
No,
Jeff?
definitely not. Definitely
Sorry,
not.
guys. Got an early flight tomorrow.
Oh, geez, shucky ducky. I can't smoke no weed, guys. Oh, man.
Do either of you watch Lucha Underground? I have watched it. I think it's interesting.
Lucha, I think I've probably seen a couple of them on YouTube, yeah.
It's a Mexican wrestling league produced in the United States.
Oh.
And the producer of it is a horror film producer. Let's see. What's his name?
That's pretty fucking badass. Holy shit.
Lucha Underground.
Just don't have a wrestling show with produced by Eli Roth. That'd be kind of fucked up.
I'm looking it up because I can't remember his name right now.
Do a flying scissor kick and suddenly somebody's eviscerated from the fucking belly button
Robert
up.
Rodriguez. He's the producer of Lucha Underground.
So
their backstage segments look like they're cinematically produced. You know what I mean?
Cool.
Yeah, it's pretty unique.
What are you gonna do to keep the Sami people out of the meetup? What's Sami people mean? They're all reindeer fuckers.
I don't even know what you're talking about. This person's from
Norway.
Yeah, Norway. So I don't know. Get Wizard of He's been on before, but yeah, we'll have him on again. Why not? Why is Paul? They're all in Louisiana.
Paul's gone because I fucking ate him. Ate him.
We served him up.
Mm-hmm. Chop chop. There are two me's. Sweet. Oh, yeah, because I turned the thing to... Well, you're going to get double trouble.
Yeah.
Ooh. Maybe I should turn that thing back.
I'm sorry, we can't allow this. We can't allow this.
It's too much, Jeff. It's too much.
Yep. So I'm turning off the Scotty cam. There we go.
Oh, there we go. I wonder if Scotty's headphones are going to work better than this one. This extension cable's fucked.
Yeah, I would try those then. Because TJ runs over his cable with his chair constantly in his fits of autistic rage. It's a Jeffception with the double cam. Yeah, we've put an end to that. Anyway,
too much, Jeff,
people
too much.
complain about the super chat. They hate it, except for the people that are in the super chat. There's a struggle between the super chat and then the people that watch this later on.
It's an eternal struggle for balance, I think.
Oh, guys, we've got a special troll or not a troll for you. We just came up with this before the show even started. What is this? You both have nice voices and panties?
I've got a whole collection in my pocket right now, actually.
Do I have nice panties?
I can't tell.
Jeff, visit me in Atlanta and you can twist my nipples to the Allman Brothers.
Deal.
Okay.
Fucking deal.
Trump is the best president since JQA, believe me. Sad.
Sad.
All right. I'm done with you fuckers for now. Stop sending super chats until later, of course. All right, so here's a troll or not a troll. I want everyone in the chat to participate, whether or not you think this is a troll or not a troll. I'm sure you guys can just call it right from the beginning of the video. Here it is.
So as you guys might remember, last year I had this giant knockdown drag-out fight publicly with Matt Dillahunty over the concept that racism equals prejudice plus power. His wife had posted this meme to her wall, and I have a lot of experience with this, and I find this idea incredibly racist. Basically, in my opinion, the entire point behind this idea is to make it seem like white people are the only ones capable of racism. All the other minorities simply can't be racist. Basically, they're saying racism is one of the most evil things in the history of mankind, and only white people are capable of this evil. That's fucking racist as shit. Both me and Dillahunty both went on the Drunken Peasants show to discuss this. I've been speaking out against this concept for years. Besides religion...
How long ago was that he was on with Matt Dillahunty?
About a year ago. Well, they weren't on at the same time. Matt Dillahunty didn't want to be on the same time as Dusty.
Oh, what the fuck? Then why did he say it that way? What the fuck?
Well, I mean, think about where you're getting the information from.
That's true. Okay,
but,
good point.
Yeah, I mean, they were on around the same time. Dillahunty didn't want to be around Dusty. Dillahunty addressed... I mean, it went way better than I thought it would with Dillahunty.
Sure.
I've been a fan of Dillahunty's, so, like...
Yeah, he's all right.
I mean, he's a great debater when it comes to debating religion. He has some SJW kind of views, but he was reasonable.
Nobody's perfect. I don't know, man. I think it's fascinating though. Like, why would Dusty be phrasing it this way? Like, we went on the Drunken Peasants podcast to
you sound just like him. I thought Dusty was here.
Right? Yeah, and he's making it sound like him and Matt were like face to face, head to head with like this knockout, drag out brawl and shit. No.
Nope.
What
I mean,
the fuck?
basically what happened was they met each other in person. Dusty met Dillahunty's wife, who doesn't like Dusty. They took a picture together, and then later on, Dusty was like, I think Dillahunty's wife wanted to fuck me.
He did not say that.
And
Are
then-
you serious?
Yeah.
What the fuck?
And then Dusty did something similar with Scotty, except for he said Scotty wanted to fuck his girlfriend when they all hung out together.
I think everybody on the internet's heard about that one. Yeah.
Yeah, but he didn't bring this up until later. I mean, if he was like, oh man, Scotty's hitting on my girlfriend, if it actually had happened, why didn't he say something about it then? Why'd he wait like a year to say something about it? That's why I call bullshit on
I'll tell
that.
you what, when these controversial things happen, I'm just going to chamber them right here in my drama shotgun. I'm going to keep them ready for when I'm starting to lose any relevance, and then pow, there you go,
It's
internet.
one of the main things I'm known for. In fact, here's a video I did on the subject last year, and here's what I said. But they're also trying to change the definition of the word prejudice. And their new definition of prejudice, it's only prejudice when it's race-based.
Wow, Dusty, you've aged so much in 1 year. This is last year. Look at him.
Oh man, you're only a fresh young man once.
That's
Dusty.
not the definition of the word prejudice at all. Prejudice is simply preconceived opinion that is not based on reason or actual experience. It has nothing to do with race. You can be prejudiced against somebody for all types of reasons. You can be prejudiced against somebody for being short. You can be prejudiced against somebody for being a Red Sox fan. You can be prejudiced against somebody for being ugly.
I'm
you can be
prejudiced against
somebody
Dusty.
based on anything. It has nothing to do with race. Now, when you're prejudiced against somebody based on race, That's racism. That's what the definition of racism is. Not to mention, the whole concept from the very beginning is ridiculous. They say black people can't be racist because they don't have the power to affect your life. Well, if a black person mugs me or attacks me or kills me because of the color of my skin, they abso-fucking-lutely have power over my life. You don't have to have any systematic power to be able to hurt somebody's life.
And I do want to point out, around this time, this is when Dusty was supporting Trump. He was vocally supporting Trump on Twitter, and I don't think he ever actually made a video on his channel about it. I think part of that has to do with the fact he wasn't really making videos on his channel at the time. But
this is like his Twitter support for Trump.
Right.
Period.
And on our show, when he was still supporting Trump, he had mentioned that he liked Trump. And he was supporting him.
Okay.
He did an about face before the election.
Right.
It's ridiculous. And number two, we have a goddamn black president. We have black people in every fucking level of the government, every branch. Lots of black police officers. Black people are all over the system. This whole racism equals prejudice plus power is actually itself racist. Number one, it's racist against black people because basically
blah blah blah.
You're
We've
being
seen all
racist.
this before. All right, back to
I've made
God.
from white
hang
people.
on. Freeze frame on when he's gray. Like, so we study
All right.
this picture.
Yeah, so this is a year ago.
Right.
Making sure that tool can never be turned back against them. So
this is him now.
Holy freaking frog dick, dude. What the fuck happened to you?
He stopped dyeing his beard for one thing.
anyone who knows me even a little bit knows this is an idea I've made fun of repeatedly. So a little over a week ago, I was surfing Twitter, like I do, and I come across this post from Lacey Green asking people what her next video should be. And she asked, my first question for you guys is, how do you define racism and why is that definition ideal? So it's fucking me, of course. I gotta make a goddamn joke about it. So I typed what I thought was an obvious joke. I wasn't even trying to troll people because I did not for a second think anybody would take this seriously. I thought it would be obviously so absurd and over the top that no one could possibly take it seriously.
So Dusty's reaction to this, a legendary, the world's biggest YouTube feminist, trying to ask a legitimate question, to open up dialogue, have a conversation, to be like, okay, well, if you guys want to talk about racism, hey, tell me what you think about racism. His reaction in his brain is, well, I'm just gonna try and fuck with her a little bit. You know, that's the best way. You know, it's cool. It's cool. You know, you have this.
I'm just making a joke. You know me. I'm always making jokes.
Y'all know me. That's why I got that intellectual integrity.
I thought I would poke fun at this stupid concept that I'm constantly poking fun at. So I said, racism equals prejudice plus power. Thus, because no black person has ever had a position of power before, black people can't be racist. And right off the bat, I had no idea anybody would fucking take this shit seriously. I mean, come on, black people have never had a position of power before. We just had Obama as president for 8 years. Obviously, black people have positions of power.
I love the way he says 8. The way he says 8 is like 8
years.
8 years.
Yep.
Over this motherfucker, which is one of the reasons why racism equals prejudice plus power is so fucking stupid. Black people hold positions of power all over the place, and a black person in a position of power who's racist against a white person can have just as much effect on that white person's life as a white person who is racist against a black person and has a position of power. Obviously. So honestly, I thought people would see this and be like, hey, it's Dusty. This is one of his positions he makes fun of all the time. He's joking, clearly. But I'm an idiot, because that's not how the internet works. Everybody is looking for a reason to be offended.
You should just know when Dusty's making a joke and just know when he's being serious.
You know me, crazy Dusty coming at you with my crazy Dusty ways.
By the way,
fuck.
I don't normally do this a lot on Drunken Peasants, but I want to invite everyone who does enjoy Drunken Peasants to like this stream and show all the butthurt faggots what's up. Seriously, because even with the last episode, I knew we would get downvotes with Onision, but people were trying to like act like we were going to get so many downvotes. We still got like 4,000 upvotes and like 500 downvotes. So I would call that a success.
Are we going to dab on the haters?
Fuck them.
Dab.
Of course, somebody responded and took me seriously. They said, no black person has ever had a position of power? You sure about that? Ever heard of Obama? LOL. And of course, I was like, holy shit, these idiots are actually taking me fucking seriously. All right, fine. I will troll these people just a little bit. But instead of doing the traditional troll thing where I try to make them think I'm serious, I'll just continuously say more and more outrageous things until they understand I am just kidding. I figured if I kept posting shit that was so over the top, eventually even the most gullible person would realize I'm not being serious.
I'm gonna play the tactics of a 14-year-old kid. It can't go wrong.
Yeah, exactly. What could possibly go wrong? We should just call him Bubsy from now on. What could possibly go wrong? Can we get like a Photoshop of Dusty as Bubsy?
That'd be fantastic.
What could possibly go wrong?
Oh my god, dude.
I'm in a position of real power. To which this person responded, if being president of the United States isn't a position of power, then I don't know what is. Real power is like being the manager at a grocery store or something, where you have the power to hire and fire people.
You know,
at this point,
I left him a comment about this, but I have to point it out again. Like, at this point, Dusty is so starved for attention, he's making videos about his tweets.
Yeah.
Like, my tweets are fucking terrible, dude. I don't take Twitter serious at all. I post just a bunch of obnoxious shit.
On the same token, though, like, we live in a world where the news, like, one of the top news stories, the lead-in, normally is what the fuck our president said on Twitter.
Okay, that's a good point. We just talked about that on Monday, too.
Yeah, I mean, like, so it's... Twitter is more important than it should be at this point.
God damn it.
It's made for short attention spans.
Yeah.
So it's such a desirable thing at this point.
Maybe the reason why I'm so incensed about this is just because it's Dusty, not because it's actually a video about tweets.
Yeah.
Just because I find Dusty repellent.
I was certain that everybody on the goddamn face of the earth would know I was just kidding. I mean, I'm literally saying here the manager of a grocery store has more power than the president of the fucking United States. How could anybody possibly take this shit seriously? But of course, it's the internet, so they fucking did. So let me just read you the correspondence I had with some of these people, where I continue to be more and more over the top until they realized I was just kidding. Some dude responds, no.
So, I mean, is the message of this video that you're full of shit and we just shouldn't take what you say seriously?
I think that's pretty much it. And that's an amazing pause screen.
Yeah. What could possibly go wrong? What could possibly go wrong?
No black businessmen or managers? Really? So I'm like, name a black manager. So then he posts a link to the top 100 most influential black people in corporate America. To which I reply, those aren't managers. Those guys don't have any real power. And he's like, CEOs have no real power? Right. And I'm like, white ones do.
This is so sad. This is so sad. Are you trying to brag? What are you doing? What is this fucking video? Like, don't get me... Okay, here's the thing. I have my beef with Dusty. I really do. I think he's a salty old bitch who made a bunch of money off of a fucking, like, porn pyramid scheme. But I think he's got a really good voice for the things he's passionate about.
I want to disclose that I have personally hung out with Dusty, and I thought he was cool, and we got along, and I don't have any personal issues with him at all. But it sounds here like he's complaining that people took him seriously. So do you want to be taken seriously or not? Like, what's going on here, you know?
I'm pretty sure if I met him in real life, me and Dusty would probably get along really, really well.
Probably.
We probably would. We'd probably have a lot to talk about, but Jesus fucking Christ, dude, come on. What the fuck?
Yeah.
CEO is the CEO. You're a conspiracy theorist. To which I responded, the real conspiracy is believing that black CEOs actually have power. And he's like, do you have any evidence they don't? And I'm like, hey, the burden of proof is on the one making the claim. If you say they do, it's up to you to prove it. And he's like, you made the claim they didn't. And I'm like, the default position is not to believe in something.
Hear all the tone in his voice. Like, when you hear him read it that way, sure, it sounds like he's being sarcastic or being a smartass, but there's no tone of voice when you type something.
Right. That's the problem with text-based communication, is that you can write it in your voice, but people who read it are going to read it in their voice, in whatever voice they ascribe to you.
Right.
You know?
Whatever tone of voice. It could be totally serious or it could be sarcastic.
Yeah.
And you're not just some random troll. You know, it's not like you have like a random My Little Pony or anime character as your profile picture. You're fucking Dusty Smith, the guy from YouTube, with hundreds of thousands of subscribers. So people don't know whether they should take you seriously or not.
Well, especially Dusty, because of his track record of this.
Right.
But I mean, like, even just a neutral conversation, you could talk to somebody like, 80 times on Twitter or on a chat or on Facebook or some shit, and it's been totally neutral. And then you have one negative interaction with them, and even then, after that, like their neutral conversation with you, you might taint them as being negative. Like,
right?
That's just how that fucking works. That's why text-based communication is dog shit.
It's true, and
that's why you shouldn't make videos about your tweets, Dusty.
Well, then also when you limit the amount of characters too.
Jesus fucking Christ.
So not only are you communicating exclusively through text, you're continuously editing it to make it fit that character limit.
Yep.
Until it's proven to you. If you say they have power, prove it. Otherwise, I don't believe it. And he's like, fun fact, managers are actually low in society. And I'm like, yeah, say that next time you try to return something without the receipt. And he's like, stores are just a small part of the economy. And I'm like, manager was just one example. Could be something more important, like a judge or something. So at this point, I can't believe this motherfucker's still taking me seriously. But he is. And so he posts a link to a list of African-American jurists. And if you don't know, jurist is another word for a judge. But I pretend not to know this and keep going, just to see if this guy ever catches on that I'm not being serious. And I said, I never said judges couldn't serve on juries. And he's like, jurists are not people on juries. It's a word for judges. And I'm like, judges are called judges. And he's like, you know there's a black man on the Supreme Court. And I'm like, Clarence Thomas is not really black because he is not accepted by the black community. And he's like, so blackness is not objective, but is conferred by the community?
All right, I'm getting tired of this. I'm going to fast forward so he gets to his point here.
He talked about me at one point, which I thought he was
Does
like.
Did he show your picture?
Yeah. He was like, Jeff Holiday.
Where are you?
The fuck? Hey,
are you in the middle?
Somewhere in the middle.
No, well, there's...
Yeah, it's just right there. I mean, I don't really give a shit. But
where are you?
A little bit back.
That's me.
Yeah, that's you.
We watched this.
Where the fuck was that?
I don't know.
This one time I was on Twitter.
There's you right there. You're Shaggy.
Zoinks!
So you're Shaggy, TJ is Fred, and Lacey is Velma, and Shu is Daphne. And then he's the evil...
The dude in the shark costume.
Yeah. And I would have gotten away with it, too, if it weren't for you snooping kids.
Too, if it wasn't for you meddling kids. Seriously. Damn, girl.
But that means that I have...
You're cute.
That means I have to fuck the dog.
Then I spent the next 2 days getting pretty much called every single name you can imagine on my Twitter wall.
You hear him make a pass at her like, it's a good thing you're cute, though.
I'm a crackhead, I'm a retard, I'm a dumbass, I'm an idiot, I'm fucking irrelevant, I'm just doing this for attention. God damn you, Dusty, for making a joke on Twitter.
I was the one who said I was the one who said he was a crackhead. Yeah, that was me.
You can kill yourself, Grandpa. But you know, it's all good. I take pride in the fact that I've never banned or muted a single person on any of my social media platforms. I talk mad shit about everybody, and when you dish it out, you...
Yeah, but even with us, you said it was like a WWE kayfabe wrestling style argument.
Yeah.
So is it real or is it not?
With Dusty, you can never really... And that's part of the thing that I was trying to make a point about with Dusty is like... If you do this shit all the fucking time, dude, how serious is anybody actually supposed to be taking you?
All right, this is the first time I'm going to take a democratic vote from the chat. Troll or not a troll?
Troll or not a troll, guys?
Troll or not a troll?
Let's see it.
There's a little bit of a delay.
Yeah.
So he has a cute little dog, though.
The dog is adorable. And he's apparently has a very fetching lake that he bought with all of his porn pyramid scheme
I don't know
money.
if he has that anymore, though.
You think he had to move?
Yeah, I think so.
Or did he just have to sell the lake?
I'll tell you what, like, it was a weird pyramid scheme, but hey.
It worked? No, I mean, I'm not hating on somebody getting paid, man. Like, I get that. But I'm just wondering, like, if he lost the lake, did somebody just, like... straight up by the lake, but he's still like living there?
I don't know where he lives personally. I know he lived in Colorado for like 10 years almost.
I'm seeing some trolls up in here. I think I'm seeing mostly trolls. It's
the
official.
Trolls have it.
That's official. Dusty Smith is a troll, everybody.
He's a troll. Don't take him seriously, or else he'll make a video complaining about how you took him seriously.
And talk at length about how much of a silly puss you are for taking me seriously. I'm Dusty Smith.
That was so effeminate.
Yeah, well, he's an effeminate fucking guy.
Hi, y'all.
Hi.
I'm Dusty Smith.
I'm gonna fuck this little dog right here in front of y'all. Ew. Wait, I shouldn't say that. I mean, no abuse to dogs, man. That was kind of rude.
You're offending all the vegans. By the way, this is the only episode that I'm going to say this in. Please give us a thumbs up if you like the show.
Mm-hmm.
Because there are people that come here and thumb us down before the show even starts.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
So if they're going to make it a point to give us a thumbs down, if you actually like the show, make it a point to give us a thumbs up and show them that they're fucking assholes.
I'll show nipple if it helps. I mean, I don't know.
Well, there you go.
Yeah.
I guess we'll hear about that in the chat if that's desirable for a thumbs up. All right. Here we go into DP Action
So when
News.
you burn it down, Anderson, what are you left with?
People are discriminating against wolves.
They're laughing at us at our stupidity.
TJ, are you with me?
Are you with me, TJ? Are you with me?
Pokemon, go to the polls!
You better well learn to love it.
Oh God. Pokemon Go douche your twat. Thumbs up for nipples.
So,
for nipples.
So apparently there's a lot of leaks within the White House, and this is the most chaotic administration, especially so early on. So now we're dealing with leaks. So Jeff Sessions is pissed, and he's warning people, don't fucking leak classified information. Don't leak internal information. So here he is talking.
I strongly agree with the president and condemn in the strongest terms the staggering number of leaks undermining the ability of our government to protect this country. Criminals who would illegally use their access to our most sensitive information.
Criminals! They're criminals!
I mean, it's easy if you automatically assume that they're criminals. There's not going to be any whistleblowers. No.
No, there's no protection for whistleblowers in the government.
Not anymore, not really.
Especially not in the military. I mean, like, Obama pardoned Chelsea Manning, but still let her sit in a prison for multiple years.
I think it was like 3 years or something like that.
And I think a lot of it was solitary confinement. So,
yep.
I mean, I will say, even though I like Obama better as a president than Trump so far, I would say Obama did a lot of this shit too.
Yeah, I mean, I think at this point right now, he's probably better than Trump, but I can't say I was necessarily the biggest fan. I mean, the best thing that you could say about Obama was that things weren't on fire as much, and that's not bad, but it's not like they were good.
I would just say, like, between Bush, him, and now Trump, I would say he's better than both. That's just my opinion.
Yeah, probably.
That's not
I'll
saying
probably
much.
catch shit for that, but yeah.
Well, whatever. I mean, like, if you disagree, that's fine. But like, just the way the economy took a shit, like right before Bush left office, and the wars that really didn't solve anything and we're still paying for them.
Right.
I mean, like, all that shit, that just makes Bush lower than Obama, in my opinion. And then just the way Trump's shit is just like a circus now.
Yeah, but my big problem is, like, I'm really easy to please. If Trump came out tomorrow and he's like, look, here's the deal. We're going to Mars. It's going to be huge. It's gonna be huge. It's amazing. It's terrific. We got the best rockets. We're going to Mars. I'd be happy.
You know what? If he just said it, I'd be like, I'll believe it when I see it. But if it actually happened, then I would approve at least of that.
Yeah.
But then we, you know what? That would be so expensive. We need to take some money away from the military to pay for that instead of like making that a new expenditure. Because I just think we spend too much money on all that kind of shit.
True. Yeah, that's true. I don't know. There's gotta be like some ridiculous amounts of spending and shit. I mean, there's like whole schools of thought in economics on like where we could get the money for space travel.
That's true. I still think we spend too much on the military, especially to maintain these bases in countries that we've had peace with for generations now.
We've scaled back so much over the past.
We still have a lot of bases.
2017, like past 17 years. Like we closed down all the ones in Panama. They're all gone.
Yeah, that's fine. Well, I mean, Panama is close to us, so we don't necessarily need a base there. We already have bases all around.
That's true.
We have a base in Cuba, so that's pretty close.
Cuba.
And then we have, all sorts of ships in the water around there.
Right.
To endanger our national security are, in fact, being investigated and will be prosecuted. Since January, the department has more than tripled the number of active leak investigations compared to the number pending at the end of the last administration. I have this message for our friends in the intelligence community. The Department of Justice is open for business, and I have this warning for would-be leakers. Don't do it.
He looks so friendly.
Don't do it.
He looks so friendly. He's got the cutest little smile. He's like,
he's
I
very
have this message.
Hobbit-like.
He's very Hobbit-like.
I like how he's starting the Just Say No campaign for leakers.
Yeah.
Just don't do it. Right?
Just don't leak them government secrets. Thank you very much.
When you do a Southern accent, you sound totally gay.
I can't help it,
The things
man.
we are doing is reviewing policy
It's like Shepard Smith or something.
affecting media
Watch that True
subpoenas.
Blood.
We respect the important role that the press plays and will give them respect. But it is not unlimited. They cannot place lives at risk with impunity. We must balance the press's role with protecting our national security and the lives of those who serve in the intelligence community, the armed forces, and all law-abiding Americans.
Okay, so here's a little more on that. Here's Conway. Kellyanne Conway. She talks a little bit about leakers here. I'm on the phone. It's the best phone.
It's a terrific phone. You've never seen a phone quite like this. Jesus, she looks like a fucking ghoul, man.
I saw a picture of Patrick Stewart in drag with a blonde wig, and he looked just like her.
Oh, yeah. From
Calling
like
every
blunt
person
talk and shit,
and
yeah.
go ahead and run a lie detector on them. Why don't they do that?
Well, they may, and they may not. There are many different ways to discover who's leaking. The West Wing's a small place. Each of these agencies.
So she's suggesting that they're going to give them all a polygraph test.
Which is not proof. I mean, like,
I don't think they're admissible in court.
No, they're not. They're still not admissible. The success rate of polygraph tests is not high enough that they're admissible anymore.
Relatively small. I think it's easier to figure out who's leaking than the leakers may realize. But on this matter, I want there to be bipartisan outrage because we need people to understand this imperils national security.
All right.
Every time they say the word leak, I'm like, oh my god, I need to piss. I'm gonna do that real quick.
All right, go ahead. And I will read a couple super chats while you're gone. Liam Stewart just gave us 10 pounds. Thank you. Those are the types of pounds I enjoy gaining. Sessions can suck a dick. I'm sure he can. So while Jeff is emptying his bladder, if you have any super chat comments, feel free to send them along. I want to remind everyone that down in the description, we have all sorts of discounts, promos going on. You can get shirts for 25% off. You can join DP on demand. Down below, 33% off for that. And I just recently posted a new private show from several months ago, so that's up there now. There's also the post show. There's several episodes of that. There's all sorts of stuff on there. If you've never checked it out before, go check it out. There's a big discount offered for it right now. And there's tons of stuff on there. There's several hours of video. I'm not sure how much off the top of my head, but there's a lot. Oh, yeah, the Trump dildo on the floor.
Yeah, no, that totally fucking threw me off. I was walking back and I see that thing on the floor. It's no way to treat a dildo. Ben.
I had a polygraph screening for employment and lied about several questions, and they didn't detect a single one. All right. Well, okay. I want to tell you guys a story about that really quick before we move on. I had a friend that went for a job interview with the NSA, not as an agent, but as like an engineer. And they gave him a polygraph test, and they asked him if he ever smoked weed before, and he should have just said he did, but he didn't do it anure, because that would have been the truth, and they would have tested him, and he would have come up clean. But instead, he got nervous and lied about it, and then but the polygraph test was just to see if you would lie. It wasn't to see if you had smoked weed before.
Right, like they'd actually give a shit. Everybody smoked weed at this point.
Yeah. I mean, like they would have tested him, but he would have come up clean, and then they would have been like, okay, whatever, as long as you don't smoke weed anymore. They could have tested him whenever they want, but he didn't get the job. because of that.
Motherfucker, just tell the truth, man.
I took a polygraph and Maury says I'm the daddy. To find out who's leaking, just follow the puddles. Ooh. Good one. I love the Drunken Saints.
Not bad. Not bad.
I can see a marketing campaign.
Mm-hmm.
Do you like Klingon ships or the Enterprise more? I actually like Romulan ships the best.
Dude, same. Oh my god. Dude, Romulan warbirds are the fucking
Of
beast.
all the alien races in Star Trek, I identify with the Romulans the most. They're my favorite.
I don't know. I like their ships the most. I don't know if I'd identify with them the most.
I do.
Yeah. Empiricists.
How the fuck do these leaks risk lives? Well, I guess if they're military strategy leaks, they could.
Well, the Chelsea Manning thing apparently was leaking the names of operatives. So that one, that one kind of like legit had a reason why Chelsea got in fucking trouble because of that.
Someone said, anyone else getting the sense that Dusty is slowly transforming into Brett Keane?
Maybe. I mean, he's got to put on like 300 pounds or something.
Actually, Dusty used to be way fatter than he is now.
Did he really? Dusty typed in Dusty Keane.
Yeah. I was hoping that would just pull it up.
Yeah.
Where is it? There is a picture of old like.
Oh wait. There's a fucking face mashup right there. That's pretty good.
Nah, you know what?
Not the one.
There's one of him like when he was actually younger, but he was way heavier, and he did look more like Brett Keane then. It's out there somewhere, but I can't find it. Fuck it. Anyway, though,
your thoughts on?
I've never heard it. I don't know what it is.
Despacito. Please tell me you're joking about wanting The Rock for president. He'd be awful, more awful than what we have now.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's
come
what
on.
I'm saying. At least we'd have like a charismatic president.
Yeah.
I mean, like, and a president that's like badass. Like, he could probably beat the shit out of any other president in the world.
Right. Instead of President Baby Hands, you'd have like him coming out with the people's eyebrow.
Yeah, fucking He-Man as president.
Fuck,
I mean,
yeah. God damn.
There's no steroid test to be president, too, so he'd keep looking that way, I'm guessing.
There you go.
Lie detectors don't work. I mean, they do work sometimes, but they're unreliable.
Paul is henceforth the king of dead autumn leaves and will be granted 10 squared miles of acreage.
I don't know what that means.
I don't know what that means either.
Where were you in 1993? I was 12 years old.
I was 11, I think. Yep. 11, and cutting myself listening to Nine Inch Nails.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nine Inch Nails, local Ohio band, by the way.
That's true.
Yeah.
Then he got sober and he sucks now.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Okay, yeah, I will. I'll do that if you want. I will definitely
reviews of pay-per-views.
Yeah.
There's some really cool channels out there that do like
Wrestling with Regret and What Culture Wrestling are my two favorites.
Yeah, those are good. Yeah, those are really
Take my money before I leave to join the army, dude. I hope you'll be all right. Like, you know, I hope everything's okay. I know some people that made a career out of it and just stayed in it, and some people got the fuck out as soon as they could.
Yeah, it could be a really good opportunity if you use it for what you want it to be. You know, if it fits for you, cool.
Yeah.
I come from a proud military tradition.
Yeah, the older generations of my family did.
Yeah. My big problem I had was, so the tradition of my family was the eldest son had to go and join the military, but I'm the youngest son. So my brother was supposed to go, and he was supposed to become like the big war hero, that sort of thing. Problem is, my brother is an enormous piece of shit. And I mean just an intolerable...
And what was he in the army?
He joined the Air Force, and he fucking washed out of the Air Force. Do you know how much you have to suck to wash out of the Air Force?
He washed out like in basic training?
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah, they have the lowest requirements for fucking basic training. My brother washed out.
That's what I always heard. The Air Force and the Navy are easier on you than the Army and the Marines.
I mean, Navy's ramping it up a little bit. It's not easy for the Navy anymore, but the Air Force is like fucking... It's like soft shoe shit, man. It's so easy. And he washed out. So
here's a slightly local story.
Ooh.
I pulled this. Let's see.
Oh, God.
It's funny because we're living this right now.
Yeah.
What a great skyline, by the way. Like
that is a very
it's the best, and believe me, I know skylines.
Yeah, we could look out the window and see it.
Yeah, I love the ominous active volcano that will shoot fire and ash on us inevitably someday, hopefully after I'm dead.
That's Rainier, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
it's right there.
Yeah, it's right fucking there.
It'll just blow the fuck up and like incinerate us all here.
And then to the south, you got St. Helens, and then south of that is Hood, like 3 giant fuck off volcanoes.
But normally it's really cool here. Like here in the Seattle area, like a lot of places don't have air conditioning like this place.
Mm-hmm.
And it's hot as fuck right now. So like, do you...
So 2 days ago, it was 108 in my fucking backyard.
So I want to ask you because you're buddies with Sargon.
Sure.
Sargon came on our show and was kind of like acting like he didn't know about climate change or if it was real. and his cop-out answer was like, well, I just really haven't looked into it.
Okay, well,
I just really okay, he's full of shit, dude.
No. Okay, no. Here's what's really interesting about Sargon. So, Sargon is a really fascinating guy because if he legitimately has not read up on the issue, he will not tell you one way or the other. Now, and I know, but like the thing is, I have a tendency because I'm spastic. I look into fucking everything I possibly can. Sargon's a very singularly minded individual. So when he says that he hasn't looked into it, there's 2 parts to it. Number 1, he's being honest. He hasn't looked into it. But number 2, he's also being careful because if he tries to state something out of turn and he gets his fucking balls hammered into his goddamn torso,
I would say he has selectively not looked into this issue, if that is indeed the truth.
That's probably a little bit of it.
Okay, how long have you lived in this part of the country?
Almost all my life.
Okay, would you say it does get way hotter during the summer now than it did, like, when you were younger?
Maybe by
it is by a little bit,
by like 2 or 3 degrees more
on
since
average.
I was a little kid. Yeah, on average, and it's gotten pretty gnarly.
2 or 3 degrees on average is a lot because that could be like the high could be like way above that.
Sure. But I mean, the thing too is like you want to base it not necessarily on your local trends, but on your global trends. And global trends, it is going up. It is going up.
Everywhere I've lived, it's gone up.
Sure.
And I've lived in all different parts of the country.
If I sat down with Sargon, because me and Sargon are buddies. Like, yesterday, him and me were killing zombies with our Oculus Rifts on Arizona Sunshine. Like, we're buddies. We're friends. If I sat down with Sargon for an afternoon, we did like a live stream, and I explained to him why climate change is a compelling idea and why he should maybe pay attention to it, he probably would adopt it, but he would need that to get into it.
It's just interesting because at least it's my belief that in his country, it's totally accepted. I mean, maybe not 100%, but way more than it is here.
Yeah, but his audience isn't just in England, though.
Well, I know about his audience. I'm talking about him.
That's kind of the problem of being a YouTuber. Is
but he existed long before he had an audience. And climate change is not a new concept.
Yeah, but I mean, and that kind of gets into like the whole thing of when somebody's talking online and they're speaking through their channel.
Right.
Are we hearing Carl Benjamin or are we hearing Sargon of Akkad?
Yeah, I understand.
I mean, I'm kind of rare in that anytime you hear anything coming out of my mouth, I'm exactly like how I am in real life,
Oh, yeah.
So, I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, even the same here. Teching 101, by the way, awesome channel. Check it out.
Yeah? Cool.
Teching 101 sent us a Bubsy/Dusty mashup.
Ooh.
I'll check it out later. I'll look into it. I appreciate you sending that along and the super chat. And I'll give Teching 101 a shout out. They have 166,000. They have more subscribers than Drunken Peasants.
Wow, cool. Good for them.
Yeah.
Somebody says, you're not a very convincing person, Jeff. You shouted down Onision, then bent over for him on the last episode. Uh-oh.
Bent over? I mean, like, really? I thought we were kind of like fucking with him in a polite way the entire time.
No, I bent over and I spread my ass cheeks.
Is that what happened?
I let him stick his greasy dick up my asshole. That's what I did.
Actually, you weren't here, so maybe you didn't, but I was fucking with him even before we went on the air. Like, I was fucking with him about how he does content ID claims against our videos and stuff.
Oh yeah, it was muted on my end. I didn't get the chance to hear it. Yeah, I was down in Eugene.
Yeah.
Nope. He fucked me up my ass, man. That's the truth of the matter.
Yep. Yeah, Jeff threw his clothes off. Was like, take me, Onision.
Spear me with your fucking delicious meat. Ooh, split me in half.
I'm a 12-year-old cheerleader.
Oh God, chain me in your basement, Greg.
I just got done with my day plumbing to give you money. Have any plumbing stories? Oh God, no. I don't care to relive working with pipes.
Not since college.
You see the new Rick and Morty? No, I have not. I have not seen it.
No? What?
I'll tell you what. I spend so much time doing all this shit that, like, I don't have time to even get into anything.
That's fair. No, I
prefer Dusty or Buckley. I mean,
ew.
I've met Dusty in person, and I got along with him in person.
I'd say Dusty. I would rather hang out with Dusty than Buckley, to be honest.
You know what though? I have laughed at a lot of shit Buckley has said.
See, I always have the problem with Rick and Morty is like it comes out, that and Game of Thrones comes out while I'm doing the Saints every weekend.
I don't watch Game of Thrones either. You know, it's just so weird because I used to live in New Mexico and George R.R. Martin lives there, and he owns this place there. It's called Meow Wolf. And it's like this.
What?
Yeah, okay. George R.R. Martin owns this place. Hold on, I'll show it to you really quick.
It's called Meow Wolf?
Yeah, it's called Meow Wolf.
What the fuck is that supposed to mean?
It's an old bowling alley that George R.R. Martin bought, and he like leases it to these local artists.
Okay.
And they built this crazy like world inside of this place.
Whoa,
yeah.
What the fuck? That's cool as shit.
It looks like this.
Okay, I take back my laughter. That's fucking badass.
Yeah. There's all different types of rooms in there.
Yo, George R.R. Martin, hook a brother up. I want to fucking hang out in this place. That's amazing.
Yeah, it's open to the public.
What?
Yeah, it's
me dead.
It's in Santa Fe.
Oh God, I gotta go to Santa Fe for it though.
Yeah, he also owns like an artsy movie theater there. It's like an art theater. It's really cool.
This just tells me I need to become friends with George R.R. Martin. Honestly, that sounds badass. Aw. Mems misses me. Aw. Well, Ryby, while I'm out of town, you're just gonna have to comfort my wife for me. You know what to do.
Whoa, dude, you sound like Dr. Claw.
I'll get you, Gadget.
Yeah. Wow. All right. So why the fuck does Donald Trump still do campaign stops? Doesn't he realize he won? He doesn't have to do that for like 3 years or so.
I gotta keep the public sucking my dick constantly.
I mean, you know, normally the sitting president doesn't even start campaigning until the other party's candidate has been selected.
Right.
Like Obama didn't do anything until he let the Republicans fight it out.
You know what it is?
You know?
It's because he can't have like these big parades where he's like shuffling missiles down the main thoroughfare, you know,
like Mussolini or something.
Yeah, dude, he can't do that. So he's just like, I'm just gonna keep doing victory rallies for the next 4 years. It's gonna be terrific.
You know, strangely enough, they in Italy they still do a huge military parade.
Do they really?
Yeah. It goes right by the Colosseum. They were like setting it up the last time I was in Rome.
Wow,
it's crazy.
That's fucking weird.
All right, so yeah, here's Trump.
The Russia story is a total fabrication. It's just an excuse for the greatest loss in the history of American politics. That's all it is.
Politics.
It just makes them feel better when they have nothing else to talk about. Have you seen any Russians in West Virginia or Ohio?
Yes, actually. Well, not in West Virginia because I've only spent a small amount of time there. But yeah, there's Russians in Ohio, actually.
Yeah, they'll sell you meth, dude, and they'll probably cut your fucking head off.
Yes. Dude, there are Russians everywhere. I mean, you know what? Years ago, there was a news story about a whole bunch of Russian spies that got arrested in the U.S.
Yep.
And we sent them back in exchange for them sending some of ours back.
Dude, what's so fucking crazy, too, and there's one of the things that always drives me crazy about people talking about like, you know, these goddamn immigrants coming in and they're having all these problems. Well, if you ever lived in fucking Portland, Oregon, the worst immigrants in Portland, Oregon are the fucking Russians. Straight the fuck up. And this is serious. If you go look up the fucking crime statistics for Portland and you research human trafficking, there is a massive human trafficking operation out of Portland, Oregon.
Ivan Ivanovic.
Exactly. It's all the fucking Russians, dude. It ain't the cholos. It ain't the fucking gangbangers. No, it's the fucking Russians.
Do they Slav squat in the streets there?
Fucking some of them do.
With their tracksuits.
Yeah, dude, if you go to the right part of fucking Gresham, man, you got like these fucking, you got these convenience stores, the bars in the window, and these fucking like droopy-eyed Russian, you know, Eastern European motherfuckers like hanging out there. They're creepy.
Are there any Russians here tonight? Any Russians?
Da, comrade.
They can't beat us.
I mean, what if there was a Russian there? What would happen if it was like, yes?
I don't know.
I'd be afraid to say something if I was there and I was a Russian. I'd be like, no. Because I would fuck up the whole point Trump was trying to make.
The voting booth.
I'm going to let him have this one.
So they're trying to cheat you out of the future and the future that you want. They're trying to cheat you out of the leadership you want with a fake story that is demeaning to all of us. And most importantly, demeaning to our country and demeaning to our Constitution.
I love watching hand gestures when it comes to presidents because, you know, Obama was the, now, let me be clear.
Yeah.
And he was always very pointed, you know, and it was
Hope and change.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, and he did the like protracted thumb thing. Like, you close your fist, you stick your thumb way out, he's like, now, let me be clear.
Let me be clear.
But Trump always does the like white power handshake. That is the okay side. Yeah.
What's he doing?
God damn it, Ben.
You know, you could like do that and then like turn it into a thumbs up to kind of get away with it. Like,
America's okay. Hey, look at that one. There we go.
Wow.
Yeah. That's not going to be taken wrong.
That's what he's doing.
Yep. He's doing that white power secret Illuminati hand signals, man. That's what it is.
It is.
That's what it is.
Thanks to all 3,000 of you for watching this live. I know this is way earlier than usual, so this is a good turnout for Friday. That's pretty great.
Jeff is annoying. He spins up some BS narrative about Sargon.
Yeah, I know. You know what? I agree with you, commenter.
Right? I do. I spin up so much BS about Sargon.
Anyway, though, like, give us more thumbs up. Thank you so much for those of you who gave us thumbs up, because it's way more than the haters who give us thumbs down before we even start.
That's true. That's true. And I will confirm, actually, Sargon and Onision take turns just pile driving my fucking anus.
Wow, we should put that on one of those like porn video websites. Monetize that shit.
Yeah. Oh yeah, absolutely. We'll make $1 million.
So who's the bottom bitch there? Is it Onision?
Well, no, I mean it should be me because
Okay.
I'm basically the communal anus. But what nobody else is understanding is I'm actually on top of somebody else. I am.
Okay.
And it's Dusty.
Whoa.
Mm-hmm.
So Dusty's there too. Dusty the white.
Dusty's the soggy mattress, or Dusty is the soggy biscuit at the end of the
Soggy biscuit.
the big gangbang orgy.
So he gets the bukkake at the end.
Yes, he does. Absolutely.
Wow. I'll try not to think about that later.
Somebody pointed out I'm wearing the same type of shirt as the people behind Trump right now.
You got a Hawaiian shirt on, dude. Wow. Maybe that's you from the future, and you went back in time.
That's old me with the goth "Make America Great Again" hat.
Yeah,
dude, that looks like me.
You time traveled back.
I did
to send a message to yourself.
Yeah, he's
through this video on the Drunken Peasants, and you are now just realizing this.
He's sending me a signal.
See, he's looking at you right now. Do you see him? He's looking at you. He's sending you a signal. He's like, don't do this.
I think he's telling me to invest in Bitcoin or something. I don't know. I'm trying to figure it out. Must untwine your secret message. Oof. Fucking Trump. Are we gonna hear his leaked phone calls?
Oh,
tonight, or-
I don't have those queued up.
Oh my god, they're a fucking nightmare.
Should I get
man.
them? I can get them really quick.
Yeah, I mean, we might as well.
All right, let's see.
That shit was absolutely ridiculous. Soggy crackers for everyone. Future Jeff went back in time to a Trump rally. I mean, here's the thing though. I voted for the fucking guy, but I voted for him as a joke. But to this day, anytime somebody like writes something about me on the internet, they're like, Jeff Holiday voted for Trump. As a joke, everybody, as a joke. Doesn't matter. I live in Oregon. There's no way Oregon was actually going to cast its electoral votes for fucking Trump. Are you kidding me? My vote didn't mean shit.
I voted for in Ohio.
Who'd you vote for?
I voted for Jill Stein.
Did you?
Yeah. Yeah.
I couldn't vote for Jill Stein if I wanted to. I couldn't pull it off.
Yeah.
I couldn't. I mean, I don't think she's a bad person, but like...
Oh, you know what? I watched an interview John Stossel did with her, and I ended up liking her even more. Like, after it. So
I think she's a nice, interesting
she
woman.
has no experience in politics, but neither does Trump, and I think she's way smarter than Trump. I'm sorry.
Except when it comes to science, she's just as fucking dumb.
Yeah.
Like, Trump's an anti-vaxxer. She's an anti-GMOer.
Yeah,
Like, between the two...
I don't know what kind of doctor she... I think she's a medical doctor, isn't she? Or is she like a psychologist or something?
I don't fucking know. I mean, when I was looking at all the other options, I was never going to vote for Hillary because fuck Hillary. But, I was trying to think of, like, who's the science candidate, and I started to think maybe Gary Johnson was, and then What's Aleppo happened, and, like, yeah, all my hopes and dreams are dashed upon the rocks. Who the fuck do you vote for, then?
I can't find the actual audio. Is this it?
Yes, that's it. That's it.
All right.
Let's see. Maybe we'll be able to find it somewhere in that mess of a fucking video. That'd be interesting.
I've looked this up before, but I wanted to see what kind of doctor she is.
So he says the guy in the left corner has brain damage.
Yeah, she's an MD from Harvard University.
Hey, there you go. That's kind of cool.
It's weird that she's GMO when she's a medical doctor, but who knows?
Well, I mean, that's kind of the thing. Somebody says for some reason it's not letting me send Jeff's a faggot super chat. Well, I saw it, so I appreciate that. I'm only a faggot for you, DP audience. Super gay for you. That she's an anti-GMO. I mean, I don't know. A lot of people who are medical doctors just because it's not like their area of expertise.
Sure.
Yeah.
Maybe she's just like a physician or something.
Yeah. To know whether or not GMOs are good or bad, somebody has to sell you on the issue. Unless you're like in deep into the industry. Otherwise, you're just kind of at the mercy of what people sell you.
All right. So here's the Trump call. Whoa! What the fuck?
Wow, dude.
We begin with
savage.
These transcripts show exactly how testy the president got with leaders of two of the nation's closest allies, both Australia and Mexico. And in the case of our neighbor to the south, the transcripts also reveal
what the fuck is going on with the audio on this?
This is like filmed off of a TV or something.
I know. I think I can hear like the highway behind the camera.
What the press thinks. The Washington Post obtained the transcript of the president's phone call with Mexican President Enrique Peña Nieto in January, week after the inauguration. And so let me just read for you part of how this transcript goes.
You can hear the cars in the background.
President Trump says, "The only thing I will ask you, though, is on the wall, you and I both have a political problem. My people stand up and say, Mexico will pay for the wall, and your people probably say something in a similar but slightly different language."
Okay.
But the fact is, we are both in a little bit of a political bind because I have to have Mexico pay for the wall. I have to. I've been talking about it for a 2-year period.
Oh my God. So he's like, hey, you don't understand. I have to have you guys pay for it.
Look,
I just have to.
Enrique, can I level with you? If I don't have you pay for the wall, I'm gonna look super bad. It's gonna look super fucking bad. I need you to pay for the wall. This is where it's at. Fuck.
What a great reason to make their country that's way poorer than our country pay for this huge fucking wall.
Let's begin there with Caitlin Collins over at the White House. Caitlin, you know, the
My
president
reputation's on the
repeatedly
line.
urged the president
I
to
know.
stop
I know you're
saying
dealing.
publicly.
You're dealing with international drug cartels that are chopping people up with chainsaws. You're dealing with your diminishing currency, but it's gonna make me look real bad.
Really bad.
Real bad.
That he's not paying for it.
Yeah, we learned a lot from this transcript, Brooke, and essentially the president was saying, hey, we'll figure out a way to pay for this wall, but stop saying publicly that Mexico is not going to be paying.
Oh, wow. Okay. So, will you just lie for me? We'll pay for the wall, but will you just not tell anybody?
Too good.
Wow.
Too fucking good.
Trump told him, hey,
This is what I told everyone who supported the wall and said Mexico will actually pay for it.
Right.
This is what I told everyone, that they're not going to and we can't make them. And we're not going to put a tariff on the goods because we rely on it so fucking much. It's true.
It's too fucking good. Holy shit.
I've been saying this for 2 years now on the campaign trail, so you have to stop saying that. And he even said, you cannot say that to the press. The press is going to go with that, and I cannot live with that. You cannot say that to the press because I cannot.
Like, a lot of people argued, like, oh, the wall is racist. I don't even give a fuck about that. The wall is a waste of money.
Yeah.
It's ineffective, and yes, Mexico's not going to pay for it. They're poor as fuck compared to us.
Right.
And you can't make them pay for it. And you're not going to put tariffs on Mexican goods because so many fucking companies in the U.S. sell retail Mexican goods.
That's exactly where it's at. There's no way any of this is actually going to change. Like, we are at a stalemate with Mexico. That's honestly all there is to it. The only thing that can happen is more American tax dollars being paid in for negligible things that are not actually going to change a fucking thing. If you build the wall, and like, if people really want the wall built, if the majority of the American people want the wall built and they want to pay for it, fine. Fuck.
There's already
Have
tunnels.
Your fucking wall.
There's
Yeah.
already tunnels. So
Yeah.
you'll build the wall right over tunnels that people are already going
And do
through.
you think anybody who's smuggling drugs in this country is using tunnels? No.
Well,
no.
how do you think they're getting in?
I know exactly how they're getting in.
I mean, they have found tunnels that they were smuggling drugs.
I wasn't always, didn't always have a halo above my head. But, no, I mean, I can tell you exactly how all the drugs are getting into the fucking country. The planes.
Oh, sure.
Yeah, you just find some, like, lowly-ass airfield in some small-ass town of about, 8 to 12,000 people. You pay off the right people, maybe cost you, like, $5,000. Look the other way for this one plane coming in, and that one plane is enough to make, like, $7 million in profit. Like, it doesn't mean anything. You can't keep drugs out of this country. It's retarded.
Negotiate under those circumstances. Now, this is a pretty startling
It's another thing we waste money on is a drug war.
admission, Brooke, for the
God.
president whose
Fuck.
biggest campaign applause line was a chant about building the wall and making Mexico pay for it.
Stop
But
the
here,
drug
during
war.
This conversation, during
Stop
this
the drug
first
war. Go to
conversation-
Mars.
I don't understand how anyone believed he could actually make another country pay for something.
Yeah, how is he going to compel them to do that? Why? But look, I'm America.
Yeah.
Build a wall. No, fuck you.
Pay for it.
Do it anyway. No, fuck you. Why would we do that? Because I said so.
With
No.
the Mexican president since Trump had taken office, he called the wall the least important thing, Brooke.
So there's that piece, and of course we're wondering how that sits with obviously Trump supporters who want the wall and want Mexico to pay for it. Number two, Caitlin, is the piece, the transcript of the.
So, like, if Trump gets reelected, I have to question the sanity of all the people who voted for him last time because he's not delivering on anything big that he said he was.
Has there been any promises that he's actually kept so far?
None that I can think of. There might be some small ones that I'm just not aware of.
I mean,
but Obamacare's still around.
Yeah.
The wall hasn't even begun.
Oh, there is one. He did one really. He actually did one really good thing. TPP. He got us out of the TPP.
Okay.
So the only thing he's actually managed to achieve was actually something that was good, but all of the shitty things that he promised he was going to do, he has failed on. So maybe, in a weird sort of way, Trump so far is probably the best president we've had. because he's inadvertently been enabled to do all the horrible things, but actually managed to do accidentally one good thing. That's actually not bad, if you think about it.
Yeah.
I mean, you kind of have to like do mental gymnastics to do that, but I mean, no, it's not impossible.
You have to play 4D chess.
You have to do at least 60 chess. 60 chess to get to that one, yeah.
Let's see what else we got here. Squatter comes at Nashville TV News. With an axe, yeah, the news crew.
All right, you want to live in a beautiful home, but how about this? No rent, no mortgage. Well, no problem. That seems to be the case for a Mount Juliet man living in a $500,000 home without paying a dime.
Squatter's
so how can someone get away with being a squatter? News Channel 5 investigative reporter Ben Hall went to find out.
We want to talk to you about why you're in this house.
I want to talk to you about getting out of here. How's that? Does that work with you? Get that out of my face.
Don't touch the camera. Jude Piskey didn't want to talk about why he's been squatting in this Mount Juliet home for more than 2 years.
Wow, he's living in a nice house.
That is a really nice house. That's cool.
Wow, he just moved in. He was like, I'm gonna live here now.
The bank
You don't have I don't give a
bank says you don't have a right to
You know what I got to say?
When did you move in?
Don't matter. None of your business.
Our investigation found that Piskey moved into the home more than 2 years ago, despite having no legal claim to the property. The banks that had foreclosed on the previous owners essentially forgot about it, allowing it to sit empty for years.
This happens a lot, actually. This happens a whole lot. But
this video home tour shows what the luxury log cabin used to look like. Attempts to sell it fell apart because of confusion among banks after the housing crisis.
It sat empty for a while before we tried to buy it.
Ron and Dina Woodard fell in love with the home back in 2014 and tried to buy it at auction.
I knew where all of my furniture was going to be. I mean, it was just, it was ours. And the kids were just as excited about it as we were.
And their high bid was accepted. But days before they were set to close, the bank pulled the plug on the deal.
There was no real explanation of why.
We got this crazy redneck in there that we got to get out before we can actually sell it to you. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah.
In late 2012, J.P. Morgan Chase foreclosed on the home, then sold it to Bank of New York Mellon as trustees for investors for a mortgage-backed security.
Is everybody keeping up? Is everybody keeping up?
Yeah. Oh, it was sold to this bullshit company for this.
I paid attention to things like this before. So try and keep up with exactly what's been happening with this property and how it's been passing hands.
The home has since passed from Countrywide Financial to Bank of America and finally to Nations.
That shit happens with loans too. Like you'll have a loan and then all of a sudden one day you'll get something in the mail that's like, by the way, your loan is now through Discover Card.
Yeah.
You know?
Now it's through sketchy piece of shit thing in Taiwan.
Yep.
You're like, oh my God.
Meanwhile, it is sat empty.
We couldn't get in touch with anybody that would claim any responsibility for the maintenance or ownership or anything else at that point.
City Commissioner Ray Justice contacted more than one bank about the abandoned home, but they didn't seem to care.
I got no response, zero response.
It was about that time Jude Piskey, his friends, and family suddenly appeared at the house.
This is probably one of the most bizarre things I've ever dealt with.
Police were first called to the home in April of 2015 for a domestic dispute involving Piskey and his ex-wife.
Wow, he was living there without anyone even knowing or caring that he was there.
Yeah.
And
for a long time.
And he got into a fucking domestic dispute and drew attention to himself. What an idiot.
Well,
In September, police discovered a stolen vehicle at the property.
Oh my God.
Oh no.
I had no connection to the owners of the property and that we could find.
Piskey actually paid the back property taxes on the home to
Yep.
keep Wilson County from seizing it in 2015. We found Piskey has a history of codes violations. In 2008, he illegally moved a home to a piece of land near Hermitage, forcing Davidson County officials to condemn the home.
This is just nuts.
Justice says he fields weekly complaints from his constituents, about the number of cars and junk being stored at the log cabin.
Okay, so here's the thing. Like, squatters' rights is kind of a thing that's very big on the underground punk scene.
Yeah.
It has been for a really long time. Squatters' rights, though, it really depends on where you're at and like the kind of county that you're existing in. But usually, you have to occupy a piece of property for a really long, protracted amount of time. Usually, I think the shortest amount of time is maybe 5 years. It might be 6, and then it's around like 10 years or so. If you occupy a property, it's evicted, nobody's been there, you can basically claim that it is yours because nobody else gives a fuck about it. And this is like old-timey fucking property laws. So I see that that's what this dude is trying to do, and I get that, but like the other part of the story is that the whole problem with the housing crash and property markets and that sort of thing have made things so inadvertently crazy complicated that you have this fucking random ass redneck squatters' rights motherfucker coming in being like, "No, it's mine. Get the fuck off my property."
Yep.
You know, and he might get it. He might if they don't solve all the fucking bureaucracy in time. This dude might get that nice ass house.
No, man,
might happen.
Running for Congress.
Nation Star Bank finally sent us a
He's gonna
statement
run for
saying,
Congress.
"We greatly appreciate that you brought this to our attention," and went on to say, "We are moving quickly to evict the home of its current residents so the home can be prepared for sale."
Until we get
All I can do
sold
is
to somebody
applaud
in
Tim
like
about
3
these.
weeks.
Yeah.
Thank you for actually going an extra mile and helping us get this taken care of.
But as we discovered, getting Piskey to leave may not be easy.
This is not your property. The bank says you have no right to be here.
As Piskey walked to his truck, we didn't realize what was about to happen.
Uh-oh.
What
What I got here in this truck? Oh, look, I got a motherfucking axe.
out of here.
All right.
Go, God.
We're backing up. We're
I'll
backing
fuck
up.
you up.
We're leaving right now.
So now he's going to get arrested for assault.
I don't think he will. I don't think he will.
We're leaving right now. Now, we were not hurt by all that, but police arrested Piskey and charged him with aggravated assault.
Yep, I called it.
Hey, somebody in the chat, pesky Piskey. Uh-oh.
Pesky Piskey.
Wow, I
He
guess that
bonded out
counts
and
as
still
menacing.
lives in the house. We'll keep watching to see if the bank actually gets him out of the home.
Damn, he thought he had it made, and then the local news channel fucked up his world.
Right. Yeah, no, it's true. I will say 90% of the time when somebody starts talking about squatters' rights, it's usually like a bunch of annoying punk kids that don't know what squatters' rights actually does mean. So, you know. Sounds good, in theory.
Listening to Choking Victim.
Ew.
Sounds sexy.
Russian reporter punched on air.
Валерия, действительно, отвечая на ваш вопрос, сразу скажу, никто, кроме них, так не отмечает свой праздник. Ну, действительно, они это элитные войска, ВДВ, их не зря так называют. Первые в воздухе, первые...
I can't wait. I can't wait. Give it to me.
Помолчите, пожалуйста. Первые в воздухе...
Holy shit. Damn.
Ты будешь со мной разговаривать?
Fuck your mother. I will fuck you in the asshole. You're ready to be fucked in the ass.
It said the attacker, Alexander Orlov, apologized to the journalist and television company.
Yeah.
Right?
After he brutally anally raped him later.
Yeah, dude, he could have broke his jaw.
Jesus, that was a monster of a fucking Russian dude.
Yeah. It was Rusev. Well, Rusev isn't actually Russian.
Yeah, no. Was he like Eastern European or something?
He's Bulgarian.
Bulgarian.
Yeah. Yeah, they always do that. They take non-Russians in wrestling.
They take low-rent Russians to
Yeah, because they're not really Russian. Yeah.
Yeah.
They even did that in the Rocky movie with Dolph Lundgren. He's not Russian.
I know, he's definitely not fucking Russian at all. He is a great fucking actor, though. God damn, I love Dolph Lundgren.
Yeah, I guess he's like technically a genius too.
He is. He's got he has at least I think a master's in biochemical engineering or something like that. Yeah, dude's smart as fuck.
Yeah, I guess Sylvester Stallone told him to hit him as hard as he could, and sent him to the hospital actually during the Rocky movies.
Dolph Lundgren actually like sent him to the hospital.
Yeah.
No shit.
Yeah. And then there's the part where Hulk Hogan in Rocky 3, where Hulk Hogan picks up Sylvester Stallone and like throws him out of the ring into the crowd. He got hurt doing that shit too.
Yeah. Well, I mean, dude, Sylvester Stallone is a brutal motherfucker. I think it was either Expendables 1 or 2. He suffered a spinal fracture.
Jesus, he's old as fuck too. He's like over in his 60s.
Yeah, and he suffered a spinal fracture, and he healed for I think it was like 6 or 7 weeks.
Here's a news story. It's about why more moms are smoking marijuana than ever before.
Sweet fuck, toke it up,
More and more
girls.
parents are using marijuana. The CDC says middle-aged parents are more likely to smoke pot than their own teenagers are. And a new survey of California cannabis consumers finds 63% of parents use marijuana every day, and 59% of moms do the same.
Nice.
Here with her take on this trend is the host of Truth Exchange, Kathy Barnett. Kathy is also a mom, and you know her. You see her sometimes on our panel.
Yes.
Nice to
She looks
see
a
you.
little
Thank
baked.
you.
She looks a little baked.
It doesn't really shock me. I mean, when you look at the move of our culture, moving toward basically do whatever makes you feel good. But I think one of the major issues is that because so many in our culture are glamorizing the use.
Is our culture really like that? Is it literally just do whatever makes you feel good?
Not really. Not really. Our culture does not promote necessarily hedonistic ideals.
No, I don't think so.
I mean, like it might seem that way if you live in like a city or something, but it's really not though. Not really.
No.
Use of recreational marijuana. I believe as a result, we are misdiagnosing why people are actually using it in the first place.
I can tell you why people use marijuana. I'll tell you why people use marijuana right now. It's the same reason why people drink. It's the same reason why people smoke crack. Same reason why people like take mushrooms and LSD. It's because life sucks, dude.
It's self-medicating.
It's self-medicating. Like life is a beautiful, amazing, incredible thing, but it's not always easy to see that it's good. And a lot of the times, for a lot of people, sometimes life seems to suck shit. And being able to like self-medicate is a really good way to escape.
Even coffee falls under that too.
Fuck yeah, of course coffee does. Like, people exhaust me. I fucking hate people. I can't stand people. Well, I'm just going to drink a whole lot of coffee and yay, people are fine.
Yeah.
Some of the articles you find there, one would think is quite fashionable right now to smoke recreationally.
Fashionable.
They glamorize it?
They glamorize it all the time.
They glamorize it.
Get your designer bongs
Yeah.
over here, darling.
Yep.
Yep, that's right.
They got doobies hanging out of their mouths at all the fashion shows in Paris.
Next thing you know, in
Design-
Milan,
yeah.
in Milan, they're gonna have Jake Paul embossed fucking bongs and shit. Jesus fucking
And in
Christ.
fact, I mean, and I guess it really is cooler to say I smoke a little weed on the side versus having to admit that you have an opiate addiction or to admit that you have a mental illness as well. According to the survey that you're referencing, women are actually replacing antidepressant, opiates, as well as alcohol with marijuana. So they are essentially self-medicating, and it's kind of like replacing an M16 rifle with a machete. They're both very dangerous. Yeah,
what
they're
the
both very dangerous.
fuck? An M16 rifle with a fucking machete? Are
No,
you serious?
It's more like replacing an M16 rifle with like a Nerf bow and arrow or something. It's fun.
And a beanbag chair.
Yeah.
Rather than try to talk shit about, I don't understand this kind of crazy hysteria. It makes no fucking sense to me at all.
This is Fox News, and their agenda is weed is bad.
Okay, you're going through an emotional crisis. You're having a really hard fucking time, but for some reason you're indoctrinated into like the religious right, who tells you that drugs are bad, so you can't smoke weed. Fine, go get some fucking dick, or if you're a dude, go get some slash. Who gives a shit? Just do some drugs, drink some drinks, or get some fucking sex, and otherwise just shut the fuck up. Why is this so hard for people? I don't understand.
Some of these moms
I
would
do
argue
know
that
sex.
it's not as dangerous, and that's why they're smoking marijuana versus drinking as parents. But you know, usually you hear when parents have children, they want to be a good example to their kids.
I know.
And that this can be a gateway drug, many would argue. So I was shocked to see these statistics. 63% of the women surveyed in this California survey were smoking pot every day.
Every day. And in fact, on average, they spend more on marijuana than they do on tobacco, alcohol, and personal care combined. And yet we have many who would tell us that it's not addictive, and yet they're using it every day. I mean, I like pasta, but I don't eat it every day.
Okay.
I like pasta, but I don't eat it
That's not a good
day.
analogy. I mean, you have to eat every day. You don't have to smoke weed every day.
You don't have to eat pasta every day.
Right.
I mean, you could.
There's a variety of food.
Let's just mark and cheese door.
Yeah.
I eat pasta every day.
Right. Is that just an excuse then? Do you think they're just they're trying to push that narrative so that it's okay, it's not dangerous because they want to be able to do it and they want to feel better about what they're doing?
You know, I mean, there are differing opinions or reasons.
They just want to feel better about the terrible thing that they're doing.
For wanting to push it. When you're talking to legislators, Colorado just got $200 million in tax revenue off of $1 billion in sales. So there's their impetus.
This is what.
I mean, isn't that a good thing?
That should be a good thing.
I mean, isn't that a good thing? Because before that, all that money was going untaxed and it was all being kept by...
It's black market.
Yeah, black market.
Yeah, it's totally black market.
So...
That means none of it was going to social programs. None of that was going to, like, the social equity of the state whatsoever. Nothing to education, nothing to infrastructure. Like, but now it is...
And then also the money you save using, you know, law enforcement resources to not have to worry about that.
Right. Instead, like, going to, I don't know, chasing down murderers or some shit like that.
Armed robbers.
Yeah, what the fuck? Why does anybody have a fucking problem with this? This doesn't make any
Interesting
sense.
too. If you're watching and you work in California, the majority of your coworkers might be high because this study says 58% of working professionals consume cannabis, 31% consume cannabis
you know why?
while they're on the job.
Because it sucks to work. Work sucks. I mean, if you're at a fucking Del Taco.
Yeah, what the fuck?
Yeah, who gives a fuck if you're stoned out of your goddamn gourd? Who gives a shit? Oh, it might take a couple extra drinks to be like, no, I wanted a cherry Coke instead of a Coke. Oh, God, you're so inconvenienced. Fuck off.
Okay, so 31% could be at work today if you live in California high.
And what's really interesting about that number, that 17% of them work in the technical field. So now that could be your local Apple store or the air traffic control.
Okay, so they might make you have a midair collision because they're high. You're gonna crash it. Yeah. Be afraid of that, old people, the next time, because you know it's only old people watching Fox News. Be afraid of that.
They made a correlation between working in an Apple store and an air traffic control.
Yeah. Those are totally the same types of jobs.
It's practically the same
Yeah.
shit. Oh my God.
Yeah, level of importance is about equal.
On the airplane you're getting ready to take, so we really don't know. But nonetheless, I really believe that we are missing an opportunity by misdiagnosing why people are actually using it. We have an opiate as well as a mental health disorder crisis in our nation right now, and many people are self-medicating and masking it.
Thank you so much for being with us, Kathy.
Thank
Great to see you.
Jesus fucking Christ. That was god fucking awful. What the fuck?
Yeah, I mean, the majority of the Fox News viewing audience is in nursing homes at this point.
No, of course it is.
This is
it absolutely is.
Fox News is playing in the common area where the TV is at the local nursing home.
Well, okay, usually I would agree with that. But with like how crazy things have been lately with modern mainstream media, how much I don't respect and I don't trust CNN anymore. Trying to find a good outlet that I do trust, I kind of have to like pull from all the different resources. And I know the blind audience of Fox News is probably like little old ladies and whatnot, but I mean, I do watch them.
It's definitely an older audience for CNN too. Like the audience for cable news is just an older audience.
Absolutely.
But I would say the more geriatric ones are Fox News. The ones that are like 80s and 90s. I would say the majority of 80 and 90-year-olds that watch cable news probably watch Fox News.
The younger demographic, they watch us. What's up?
They do. They do. I look at the fucking demographics. It's crazy.
I bet.
Oh, by the way, I want to mention that I sometimes do streams, actually almost every day on my channel, the Ben Pie channel.
Yeah, subscribe to the Ben Pie channel, man.
And 2 days ago, I showed pictures from inside my ass.
I forgot I was supposed to ask you about that. How is your butt?
It's fine now, but like 24 hours later, my throat and my butt were both sore.
Right, that's right. You got spit roasted,
Yeah.
didn't you? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So you had a
by
colonoscopy.
Skynet. I got spit roasted by Skynet.
Right. So it's a colonoscopy that goes up your butt, and it was the endoscopy.
Yeah.
Okay, endoscopy. So
That goes all the way down your throat, down into your upper part of your large intestine.
Did the cameras kiss inside of you?
No, I don't think they were both there. I don't know. I was totally done. I was down for the count.
What if they got close? It was like those lovers just islands apart, you know, that sort of thing?
The nozzle is calibrated. The nozzle is still calibrated.
I watched that stream on the Ben Pie stream, and you shared the pictures.
Yes, I did.
The actual pictures.
The insides of me.
The inside of Ben.
Yes.
Okay, and there was like 4 or 5 of them, and you can see.
You can see, and they're labeled with a drawing, a diagram,
right,
of my colon,
like where exactly inside your
each part
intestines they're
is.
taking the picture of. And so that's what I think is amazing about modern technology, is because of that. Right now, anybody out there who goes and checks out this stream will know you more
I
deeply
know.
and more internally than probably any of the girls you've ever been with. Right?
Internally, yes.
Yeah.
This camera knows me way better internally than anything.
Can you get more intimate than that?
I almost feel like I should have snuggled with it a bit after this happened.
You still could, but I mean, it's going to be a little usedy after this point. But I mean, thousands of people being able to see like what's inside you.
Yeah, what is inside me?
Fuck, I gotta get a colonoscopy now, man. Fuck, I'm sold.
Oh, dude, I mean, honestly, the best part for me was that moment where they gave me, the drug.
Yeah.
Oh my god, it's like shooting into outer space. Like,
oh sure, it's like Ben took the DMT.
It wasn't DMT, but it's still crazy because I told them, because the last time I had a colonoscopy, I woke up during part of it, and they were like moving it around in my ass, and it was very unpleasant. So I told them, I was like, please make sure I'm out before you start doing this.
Sure.
And the guy was like, all right, I'll hook you up. And he was like, here we go. You ready? And I'm like, okay. And then 10 seconds later, I felt it, and I was like, I took all the concentration I had to say, I feel it now. It took every bit of concentration I had to say that, and then done.
Yeah, gone. Good night.
Yep.
Into outer space you go.
Yep.
That's some good shit, man. That's amazing. Ben took the DMT. The DMT.
All right. Jesse Ventura versus Jesse Waters.
Jesse Ventura versus Jesse Waters. Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay.
If it was good enough for our founding fathers, it certainly should be good enough for us.
How do you feel about Jesse? I don't know where you stand, because I know you and me don't agree on everything, and that's what makes this interesting.
Sure. Well, I mean, I'm gonna have some love for Jesse because of WWE and because of Predator and that sort of thing.
Yeah, sure.
I think he's kind of a fucking lunatic though. Once he got into politics.
In some ways, yes. I think I would have voted for him to be president. I like him. At least he has experience holding an executive office.
Okay, if it was Trump, Hillary, and Jesse, I would vote Jesse.
Okay.
No, I totally would. Absolutely.
Okay. Given with those options, yes, I would.
Yeah.
George Washington, Tom Jefferson, and all them grew marijuana.
Yeah, because Jesse Ventura's wife had a seizure disorder that could not be controlled by pharmaceutical drugs,
but controlled with marijuana.
Yeah.
I heard about that. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
And he wrote a book about it. So he's one of the main legalization advocates in the country right now.
Good for him. Good for him.
Yeah. Years ago, it can help so many people.
That was former Minnesota governor and pro wrestler Jesse "The Body" Ventura pushing for pot legalization at a recent cannabis business expo. I was there and caught up with him after that speech. Does Trump need to get high?
I hope not, because
Does Trump need to get high? I hope not. What a weird question to lead off with. Does Trump get high? Or should Trump get high? What a weird question. I mean, he kind of knows Donald Trump, but who is he to say Trump should get high? I'll open this up to the chat right now. Who thinks the president should get high? Who thinks maybe just to like deal with the stress, the president should probably get high? Who thinks the president shouldn't get high? I see that Zao Dadong agrees that Jesse is better than Donald and Hillary. So we've got Zao Dadong's agreement on this issue, so I know that we're on the right side of history with that. The Rhine of Zao Dadong. So a lot of people, I was polling the chat, and a lot of them feel that the president should get high.
I think it should be like a universal mandate that every president should
Well,
get high.
this guy's leadoff question to Jesse Ventura is ridiculous, and that this is why I asked this question. So I'll play it for you here.
Okay, okay.
Does Trump need to get high?
Wait, why would he ask that question? Does Trump need to get high?
Yeah, I mean, like, his argument is the people that need marijuana should be able to use it.
Okay.
And this guy comes out like, did the president need to get high then? It's like, he didn't say you need to get high.
I mean, I think it could probably only improve things if you ask me.
Jesse's like, I hope not.
I hope not, because I'll tell you this, my entire 4 years as governor, I didn't get high. I don't believe that when you're in an elected position of that magnitude, I don't think you should get drunk either.
Do you think anybody in Congress needs to smoke to start loosening up a little bit?
Well,
why does he keep asking these? These are weird questions that he's asking.
Well, I mean, I think what he's trying to do is he's trying to clarify, like, Jesse, you're super into like marijuana legalization. Do you think like politicians should like blaze up and shit? Like, I get what he's trying to do, but Jesse's not gonna fall for it. He's a smart fucking guy.
Yeah.
I don't think they need to smoke, but I think what they do need to do is talk to people that do, and they need to educate themselves.
Yes.
They need to read my book.
Yeah, yeah, dude, turn it around, be like, buy my motherfucking book, fuck
dude.
you.
Wow, he's schooling this dude so badly.
So that they
Dude,
can
brilliant,
understand
brilliant.
that this cannabis was the driving force of our economy in our country's first 150 years of existence.
That's so
they
good.
need to educate themselves. And the problem is clear. Someone in our government makes money off keeping drugs illegal.
Do you think if the country gets high, it'll hurt the economy? People get lazy?
No, it'll help it.
How so?
Look at Colorado. 18,000 new jobs and $2.4 billion added to their economy.
It's like, does this guy even think about the possible responses to his questions?
Right. I'm going to ask this guy who's obviously been spending over a decade learning about this issue, these gotcha questions. He has answers. Oh,
Yeah.
fuck me.
Were you
The facts speak for themselves. The numbers speak for themselves.
Were you high when you sued Chris Kyle's widow?
What the fuck?
You know what? This is the issue that pretty much ruined Jesse's career, and it's so fucked up because Chris Kyle put in his book that he beat up Jesse. They never even had a fight or an altercation. He did it to add spice to the book,
right?
You know, and then he sued him, and then Chris Kyle died. And what's he supposed to do? Just drop the lawsuit because he died?
I'm gonna sue this fucking dead dude right here. Fuck you.
No, he was already suing him anyway.
Yeah,
and it was liable, and he won.
Of course.
Was I high? You know, that's a question. And
Yes, Jesse. Yes, that's fucking choice, man. That's choice. That's exactly the way you answer that fucking question.
I know he won't, but I wish he would fucking deck this guy.
I
and lay him
know,
out.
dude. Fuck, just clothesline the motherfucker. Pile drive his
someone
ass.
from Fox.
Just
No.
a serious question.
No, it ain't. No, it ain't, because I
No, it
never
ain't.
sued the widow. I sued him.
Okay, well, she's suffering a lot of pain right
No, she isn't.
How do you know that?
Because insurance pays for it all. She hasn't paid one cent. How do I know it? It's
Kiss my
case.
ass, you Weasley fucker.
The case got overturned because the truth came out. Insurance is paying for all of it. It isn't costing his family a cent. That's the way legal works if you do your homework.
Dude, the guy holding the microphone, the dude holding the microphone looks like such a Weasley piece
I know.
of shit.
Also, he's up on he's already way taller than this guy anyway, but now he's like up on a stage too, so he just looks like a fucking giant.
Oh,
and this
yeah.
guy has to like get on his tiptoes and like hold the microphone
Yeah.
to get
Jesse Ventura's got like fucking sable white fucking hair. He's got liver spots and shit. He's a geriatric
He
old
is.
fucking man. I bet you anything he would break that motherfucker in half.
Of course he would.
Break him in
He
half.
would. He would. There's no question about that.
Jesus
And he's not. I mean, like, if you saw what he looked. I mean, you know, you remember what he looked like 30 years ago.
Oh yeah, yeah.
He's still got some of that in him.
This will turn you into a sexual tyrannosaur.
Yeah.
Would you apologize to her?
No, she should apologize to me for
fucking A right, dude. Yeah.
the lie
Fucking
that her
beast.
husband told about me. Why would I apologize? I didn't do anything. You only apologize if you've done something wrong, pal.
Nice.
I've been trying to get Jesse on the show forever. Like,
dude,
I wish he would come on so bad.
I'm gonna have to. I'm gonna start obsessively tweeting at him.
Yes.
Yeah. No, that's gonna have to happen.
Well, the facts speak for themselves.
That you're a bitch?
Yeah.
Is that the facts speak for themselves?
You smooth-faced fucking bitch. Fuck
Yeah.
you.
Case was
Jesse
tossed,
owned your
and
ass.
he never got any money from Chris Kyle's widow.
No, because when you write a book, the insurance company takes out liable insurance just in case there's a lawsuit.
Man, I fucking hate
This is known.
Fuck
and when you have a
this.
book as popular as that book,
That's so garbage.
I mean, there's an insurance policy taken out on it.
So what was the basis idea for how there was like what was the problem between Chris Kyle and Jesse Ventura?
They were at the same Navy SEAL graduation. They were at some bar at the same time. And there's no proof that they even spoke to each other.
Right.
And no one who testified on behalf of Chris Kyle's estate could actually testify under oath that they even had an altercation or
Okay.
even spoke to each other.
But in Chris Kyle's book, he said he had an altercation with Jesse Ventura.
He didn't name Jesse Ventura in the book, but then in later interviews, he said that the person, because he was asked.
Right,
And he said it was Jesse Ventura.
Really?
Yes.
Wow, what a little bitch. Fuck that dude.
He lied about other things in his book, too.
Well, yeah, no, I already knew that. Yeah.
Like and how can you be proud of snipering people in New Orleans during the floods and shit? How could you write that, thinking that that's something heroic to do?
As somebody who moved to New Orleans, exactly. Oh shit, what was it? It was exactly 21 days after the fucking hurricane. And hearing all the things that happened down there, yeah, if you're bragging about the things that you did as a private security contractor in New Orleans, go fuck yourself. Yeah, that's fucked up. That's fucked up, man. Whew.
It is hot as balls in here, guys.
It is hot as balls. Fuck me dead.
We're halfway through the show.
I wish we could just smoke in here. That'd be kind of cool.
Yeah, I can't do it.
But TJ and Scotty and Paul aren't here. I could just like they
No.
won't even know.
No. That is not allowed.
All right, fine. I'll just rub my sweaty balls on TJ's chair then instead, so he'll get an infection when he comes back. That's what I'm gonna do.
People are making fun of how I said snipering. Fuck you guys.
Snipering.
Snipering. That's fine. I'll tell you what. I'll let you guys do this. I'll put myself on full screen. I'll make a really dumb face.
Yeah.
And you can make a meme out of it. Just put snipering in quotation marks.
Snipe
right
it.
here.
Snipe it. That's a good face. That's good. No, snipe that.
Snipering.
All right, snipe it. Good.
There we go.
Ionia Alexandra, loving the show. Oh, thank you very much, Ionia. Appreciate that. Appreciate you.
All right.
Where is Scotty? Where's Scotty?
All right.
Motherfucker, I ate Scotty.
You ate him?
I ate him.
Wow.
No, man, all right, look. I choked Scotty out while I was having vicious sex with him. It was an accident. It was an accident. I didn't mean to, because I love Scotty. I really do, and I respect him. But I choked him while we were engaged in homosexual sex. Then I had to chop him up. I put him into a smoker, and I made Scotty jerky, and I've been feasting upon it for the past week.
Oh, okay. I thought it was all at once that you ate him. I was like, how the fuck are you walking? I'd be in a food coma.
I mean, I got a little bit of a dad bod with the fucking beer belly, but like, I can't fit a whole Scotty inside me. Not really.
That sounds so wrong.
I can fit some of him inside me, I'll tell you what.
I don't know if I want to move on to the crazy people. I don't know if I have enough yet. No, I think we'll do a little more of this and then we'll go on to crazy people.
All right, let's get some really good.
Oh, by the way, everyone, if you haven't liked the video yet, please like it.
Yeah,
We're at
smash
1,400.
Smash the motherfucking like button. Respect the whammon. Smash it with your assorted genitals. Mash them on your keyboard. Scotty does like chokegasm. That is actually legitimately true.
There's a follow-up story on the squatter, actually.
Really?
Yes.
Fantastic. Let's find out what happened with him.
Let's see.
Good evening.
Yeah.
A squatter who took over a Mount Juliet home more than 2 years ago is now being evicted.
It follows a News Channel 5 investigation in which the man charged investigative reporter Ben Hall with an axe.
Well, this is one of the weirdest moments I've ever had as a reporter. But now the squatter, Jude Piskey, has 2 weeks to find a new place to live.
Uh-oh.
We want to talk to you about why you're in this house.
I want to talk to you about getting out of here. How's that? Does that work with you?
Wait a minute. Okay, so we're seeing like this one reporter talking to him, but the reporter that we saw before was a different guy. Have you noticed that?
Maybe.
Don't Jude Piskey didn't want to talk to us last month about how he took over this bank-owned home in Mount Juliet. The bank says you have no right to be here. Instead, he walked to his truck and got an axe.
Got an axe.
Let me see here. I was just.
He's like, let me see here. I'll play with this, get that. Oh, get this. Oh, I got an axe. Oh, boy.
Out of here.
All right.
Go, God.
We're backing up.
No, leave, God.
We're leaving right now. Don't hit. Piskey, who was already on probation, was arrested that night for aggravated assault.
When I was able to meet with Mr. Piskey after he...
God, his name is Piskey. God, what a terrible name.
His arrest, one of the first things he said was he couldn't believe that he had responded in the way that he had.
Attorney Jeff Cherry represents Piskey.
Jeff Cherry.
My client is very sorry. He can't even believe that he behaved this way.
It's absolutely insane.
This is totally out of the character of a man that would just move into someone else's house and claim it to be his own.
His last name is Cherry.
Cherry Piskey.
Who spent 2 weeks in the Wilson County Jail before striking a deal.
He was served while he was in the jail with what, for lack of a better term, is an eviction notice.
Before pleading guilty to 1 count of reckless aggravated assault last week, Piskey made a deal with the Bank of New York Mellon to get out of the house by June 4th.
Bank of New York
And the judge
Mellon.
that released him on probation warned him not to return to the home after that.
You guys have followed up and been a blessing, actually, in helping us take care of this.
Mount Juliet City Commissioner Ray Justice said the house had become a nuisance and that neighbors were upset about the number of cars, including a limousine, parked in the front.
I mean, wouldn't you keep a lower profile if you were doing that? I mean, like, if he could have gotten away with this. He could have gotten away with this.
Of course he could.
He had a fucking domestic violence charge.
Yeah.
And then he fucking littered the entire yard with fucking junker cars
All
and
you
boats.
had to do to keep your fucking head down, maintain squatters' rights, and you might get the fucking might get it gifted to you. Why do you have a fucking broken down limousine in your front fucking yard, you retard? What the fuck?
God, I mean, it's totally obvious that some white trash motherfucker's living here.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm pretty sure at some point there's going to be like a broken down limousine in front of my yard at some point, but like I'll have a plan for it.
They
It'll
just
be
need
totally different.
All they need is a couch in the front yard, and then they're set. This totally tips off that there's some white trash motherfuckers living here.
Yeah, and like some fucking charcoal grill out there and
Front
whatnot.
yard. His attempts to contact the banks that owned the home,
a flower
went
bed that
unanswered
like smells
for
like
years.
shrimp.
I was making calls to the banks and getting voicemail, leaving voicemails, getting no return.
But Justice believes banks were forced to take action after Piskey picked up that axe.
God, what an idiot. See, like, this is where he fucked himself in the end. So not only did he got the domestic violence charge, he fucking parked a bunch of junker cars in his front yard, and then he assaulted someone with an axe on camera.
It was a good idea. It was a good idea.
It's a lesson of what not to do if you're a squatter. It is.
Out of here.
All right.
Go, God.
We're backing up.
No, leave, God.
How did he think he was going to get away with this?
I
would have just walked in the house and locked the door. That's what I would have done.
Yeah, honest. I don't think this guy had ever dealt with the fucking press before. Ever.
Don't hit.
Now, once again, no one was
It
hurt.
seems like this is the kind of guy who had dealt with like rainbow kids trying to come and camp in his front yard and whatnot.
Yeah.
And he's like, I'm gonna grab an axe and tell you kids to like fuck off. But you do that to the fucking press.
Yeah, with their camera rolling.
Yeah, they're gonna call the fucking sheriff. You can't do that shit.
We've heard moving vans have already started getting things out of the house. If he's there after June 4th, he could wind up back in jail.
Right. These are not kids living in a van, high as fuck on ecstasy, being all peace and love traveling the country, bro. These are fucking journalists, and they're gonna call the cops on you. Don't do that. What the fuck? Sound about Comic-Con. What's this about Comic-Con?
The Phoenix Comic-Con.
The Phoenix Comic-Con.
Yeah, this is a slightly older story, but I got it because it's interesting.
Well, anything that comes out of Phoenix is going to be fucking
Armed man
terrible.
at Phoenix Comic-Con allegedly targeting actors. So probably one of the celebrity guests at the Comic-Con.
But first, armed to the teeth and set to kill no matter who
Look at
got
this
in his
motherfucker.
way. Tonight, chilling new details revealed about
Yeah, that dude looks like he's out for blood. He's looking for Brent Spiner, man.
the carnage. This Valley man admits
He
to
looks
plotting
scary as fuck.
before his
He does
arrest
look
at
scary.
Phoenix Comic-Con. Now, thousands are forced to wait hours to get through enhanced security measures after police admit he just slipped through an unlocked door.
ABC 15's Chris Groh is digging deeper into Matthew Sterling's plan. And Chris, we have heard about him taking pictures of officers, but then you found out who he was really targeting.
Yeah. He's taking pictures, making plans.
Yeah, an actor, and his name is Jason David Frank, and this is his autograph booth right here behind me. You can see right there. He's known for playing the Green Power Ranger.
Jason David Frank. Oh, no, I remember this.
This guy was coming to kill the Green Power Ranger.
That's right. I remember this. This is so fucking hilarious. This is like, what was this, like two months ago?
I think so.
Yeah.
In the 90s children's show, Sterling told detectives he was there to kill Frank and even had a reminder on
Why
his
would
phone.
you tell them that? Why wouldn't you just be like, I don't know. I don't know what's going on.
I wanted to see if they would just let me go and be like, yeah, fuck that guy. Go kill him.
This is our first look at Matthew Sterling.
These are the guys that wait in line to get TJ's autographs at the meetups.
Dude,
right
straight
here.
the fuck up.
Sterling up close.
You see,
a 31-year-old
simple,
suspect
Ben.
posing for his mugshot, a trace of
we-
black face
We killed the Green Ranger.
paint barely visible. But this is how the man saw himself Thursday as the Marvel character The Punisher, a violent vigilante ready for a gunfight. According to court paperwork, Sterling walked into the Phoenix Convention Center purposefully evading security.
Is there any evidence that he actually was thinking of himself as the Punisher, or are they just like?
I don't
throwing that
know.
into
I don't know if they were just like being like, maybe he thought he was like this person, maybe.
I think they blew it out of proportion. I
Yeah.
think they just like took some mentally ill dude and they were like, it's like the Punisher.
He thought he was the Punisher.
Yeah.
Similar to
Fuck.
the Punisher.
That's stupid.
He was armed with a shotgun, 3 handguns, numerous rounds of ammunition, a tactical knife.
I'm told all of Sterling's guns were fully loaded. He spent the day taking pictures of cops and sending Facebook messages to a woman he met, telling her he would shoot them.
Always
This woman? What a weirdo.
Is it this
just
woman?
going through my mind, what if I didn't do anything? What if people died?
She immediately took action, calling police, alerting them of what she was being showed and told. After his arrest, Sterling told police he'd come to Comic-Con to kill this man.
Why? I don't get it.
Why?
I don't get it. What's wrong with him?
Why would you kill the Green Ranger Tommy? I don't even
Jason
understand.
David Frank. Frank played the Green Ranger in the Power Rangers show.
I mean, do you like when you close your eyes and all the things that have fucked up in your life, do you like look back on it and you're like, this is all caused by that goddamn Green Ranger Tommy.
He
Fuck
ruined
that
it.
motherfucker.
Well, maybe he always had a crush on the Pink Ranger and he was pissed, you know?
They didn't even really hook up for that long, though. Like, they weren't really an item. It was just kind of like it was a promotional thing.
Yeah.
You can't really take that serious.
He took it seriously.
Sterling claims he stabbed Frank 15 years ago and wanted to, quote, finish the job.
Was that true?
Really?
We've reached out to Frank's representatives, but so far we haven't heard back. I'm told he's still planning on fulfilling his schedule here at this weekend's Comic-Con. As for Sterling, he's being held on $1 million bond.
Damn, he's not getting out.
Chris Crow, ABC
$1 million
15 Arizona.
All right, Chris,
bond.
thank you.
Wow.
Yeah, $1 million bond means, we don't want you getting out.
You're
so
fucked,
there's a bond
dude.
that you can't pay.
That's the bond for crazy people. That's hilarious.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't you kill the Green Ranger? Because it's Tommy, dude. What the fuck? Like, the only good part about Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, and this is coming from an old fuck, I did not like Power Rangers.
Neither did I. It was a kid show even for like my time. You know?
Right. And about the time that we were coming of age and the Power Rangers show up, like, for us, it was like, it's too young. It's like not our thing. But Tommy, the Green Power Ranger, I could look at the Green Power Ranger and be like, all right. That's like the cool part of the Power Rangers. I get that.
A lot of people get surprised when I tell them that, like, I was never into Pokemon because Pokemon was for kids when I was an adult. Like, I just never got into it.
Yeah, my first girlfriend was, like, way into her late 20s when I was still a teenager and was really into Pokemon.
That's weird.
Yeah, it was really weird. It's super weird. I got in, like, a really weird sexual relationship when I was young. It was very strange. I was raped.
Interesting. Damn, I feel like we need like a leather couch for you to lay on and we can just talk about these issues
Dude,
and work
this
through them.
TJ's giant sweaty ass fucking stank fucking chair here is pretty much a goddamn couch anyway.
Yeah. His stank chair.
It's stanky.
All right. CNN reporter spars with White House over immigration policy.
It smells like success and shame.
What you're proposing here, what the president's proposing here, does not sound like it's in keeping with American tradition when it comes to immigration. The Statue of Liberty says, give me your tired, your poor, your huddled masses, yearning to breathe free. It doesn't say anything about speaking English or being able to be a computer programmer. Aren't you trying to change what it means to be an immigrant coming into this country if you're telling them you have to speak English? Can't people learn how to speak English when they get here?
Well, first of all, right now, it's a requirement that to be naturalized, you have to speak English. So the notion that speaking English wouldn't be a part of our immigration systems would be actually very ahistorical. Secondly,
Agreed.
I don't want to get off into
that is true.
Yeah,
whole
that's
thing
very
about
true.
history here, but the Statue of Liberty is a symbol of liberty enlightening the world. It's a symbol of American liberty enlightening the world. The poem that you're referring to that was added later is not actually part of the original Statue of Liberty, but more fundamentally, the history, more fundamentally,
you're saying
the
that
history
does not represent.
I'm saying that
what the country has always thought of as immigration coming into this country? Stephen, I'm sorry.
No,
that sounds
Jim,
like,
let me ask you a question.
They seem really confused about exactly what they're trying to say, but okay, let's try and let them figure it out.
Sounds like some national park revisionism.
No,
The
what I'm
Statue-
asking you
the
is,
Statue of Liberty
Jim,
has always
Jim,
been
let me
a
ask you a
beacon
question.
of hope to the world.
Jim,
Let me ask you a question. Let me ask you.
For people to send
Jim, do you
their
believe
people to this country,
Jim,
and they're not always going to speak
Jim,
English, Stephen.
Jim,
they're not
do you
always
believe-
going to be highly skilled. They're not always going to be
Jim, I appreciate.
Why is this such a fucking nightmare for them to actually answer a question and get to the fucking point? Come on, just get to the point.
Appreciate your speech, Jim. I appreciate your speech. So let's talk about this. Jim, let's talk about this. In 1970, when we let in 300,000 people a year, was that violating or not violating the Statue of Liberty law of the land? In the 1990s, when it was 500,000 a year, was it violating or not violating the Statue of Liberty law of the land?
I don't really understand I don't know the classifications of the people that were getting let in. I mean, so the reporter has a question. The reporter is basically saying, should we be letting people in who don't necessarily speak English? And I can't honestly say that we should not. It's more along the lines of we should allow for the temporary visas of people who don't necessarily speak English, but if you naturalize, then you should become U.S. citizens. I think that's fine. It's the basic idea of like, well, if you're going to come into a country, then you have to at least naturalize enough that you can get by. That's not an unreasonable request. I don't know if that's a conversation these two people are having, though, because politics are really ridiculous and way overcomplicated. I did really good while you were gone. I really did.
I was listening.
When it was 700,000 years. No, tell me what years. Tell me what years. Tell me what years meet. Tell me what years meet Jim Acosta's definition of the Statue of Liberty poem, "Law of the Land." So you're saying
I don't give a fuck about the poem, honestly.
Yeah, no, me neither. Not so much.
Blah 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 blah.
Yawning to be free. I listened to like a Glenn Beck diatribe about the Statue of Liberty poem for like 45 minutes yesterday. It was fucking terrible.
My god.
It's fucking terrible.
You know, for a long period of my life, I had no idea that right-wing radio existed.
Sure.
And then
no, it's huge. It's huge.
Yeah, I had a job where I like worked kind of like a warehouse type job, and all I could do was listen to the radio.
Yeah.
And one day I was like, oh man, I'm bored with all the shitty music on the radio. I'm gonna try to find like talk radio, and I found Glenn Beck, and I spent the whole day listening to all of the. Like, I listened to Glenn Beck, and then there was, like, the local conservative guy, and then there was, like, Rush Limbaugh, and then there was Sean Hannity.
Yep.
And I listened to that shit, and I just got, like... It's like how I get caught watching people, like, fight. Like it's totally brutal, but I can't look away.
Yeah.
You know, like...
No, I feel you on that.
It makes me lose faith in humanity, but it's so fucking, like... intriguing that I can't look away from it.
Nah, you know, I'm the same way. Like I listen to constant conservative talk radio.
Yeah.
And the thing with me is when I listen to it, I'll listen to like the Glenn Beck, the Sean Hannity, all the fucking people, the conservative pundit talking heads, that sort of thing. But I never see these people as my enemy. I never see them as my enemy. I just see them as having a very distinct political and personal perspective, extremely different from myself.
Yeah.
So instead, I kind of appreciate it because their point of view allows me to redefine my point of view. So I appreciate them for it because without them, like, I just automatically assume I was right, and that's a shitty place to be in. You need people
that's true.
You need people proving that you're right. Otherwise, you're just an arrogant son of a bitch.
Yeah, but but the majority of their audience are people that just want to hear their views revalidated.
According to Jesus.
All right, so...
at least if it's Glenn Beck crowd. A lot of them are super hardcore religious right Christians.
Ohio factory owner says that they have available jobs but no sober applicants.
Wait.
In this piece in the New York Times by Nelson Schwartz this week, one employer said 4 out of 10 of her applicants failed the test, and she joins me now. Regina Mitchell co-owns Warren Fabricating and Machining in Hubbard, Ohio. Regina, I understand that for 48 of the 50 years that your company has been around, there was no issue. It's now in the last 2 that there is. What changed?
Wait, so is weed legal in Ohio now? I forget.
No, we voted on it like 2 years ago, and it did not even come close to passing. And the reason for that is that there was a huge misinformation campaign that the Republicans created, and it scared a lot of the libertarians into not voting for it. But, I mean, basically, it was a less restrictive system than what we have in Washington.
Sure.
Like, because here only medical patients can grow at home. There, I mean, it was true that they were setting up, like, not a monopoly, but, like, only, like, 10 companies could have grown at first.
Right.
And then if demand would have gotten bigger, then they would have issued more licenses. But people wanted it to just be like a fucking free-for-all where like anybody could grow commercially.
Right,
you can't go from total prohibition to a free-for-all like that immediately. And
I mean, you can, but it's not necessarily the best idea.
I don't think it's a good idea.
It's not a good idea. No.
But like, you could grow at home. If you didn't want to give money to the companies, they were making it totally fine for you to grow enough plants for like per household member that was 21 and over. You could have grown up to 4 flowering plants
at
a time.
Sure.
So, but it was sold as a monopoly. Everyone said it was a monopoly. It wasn't. There was all sorts of like jobs that were going to be created because they would have opened shops just like are all over
Seattle and fucking Oregon and now California now too, right?
Yeah, and Nevada.
Whole
so,
West
like,
Coast. Yeah,
you're talking about hundreds of jobs.
Hundreds of thousands of jobs. Jesus fucking Christ, man. It's absolutely ridiculous.
Just like one of those stores. You think of all the manpower that goes into that alone.
Yeah. You know, I always think it's really interesting too, because like if people had a reliable test that they could tell, like, have you drinking alcohol in the past 2 weeks? Then you're not gonna have a job. No way. Then they would have the same amount of fucking problems as they had with people smoking weed.
Of course.
Like, one is socially acceptable, one was socially unacceptable, and we're trying to fix that inequality right now. And I say that as somebody who doesn't smoke weed.
Yeah.
Like, I just don't smoke weed.
Yeah, that's correct. This is our 50th year in business, and it hasn't been until over the last 2 years that we've needed to have a corporate policy in place that protects us from employees coming into work impaired. And it's this opioid epidemic that we're experiencing both in Ohio but in our Mahoning Valley. It seems like it's worse than in other places all over the country. So I have a responsibility to provide a safe working environment for my employees. I have a responsibility to my customers to build quality products. So I need employees who are engaged in their work while they're here, of sound mind, and
So she owns a fabricating and machining corporation. Like, I can understand that. Like, don't get high and go working around like a power lathe, because that if you get too fucked up and you stick your hands into like a power lathe, you know, you're gonna turn into a fucking wet sack of flesh as your body's spun at 1,000,000 miles per hour and your organs go flying out all over the goddamn warehouse. So I understand that. But is that a really good political position to put forth like this?
No.
Not really.
Doing the best possible job that they can and keeping their fellow coworkers safe at all times. So it's been a really big challenge for us.
Like, your accountant doesn't
Give me
need
the
to be
typical
sober.
scenario of a job applicant who comes in. Who is he? Who is she? And what's their station in life?
Right. Well, we have a variety of different skilled labor that work for us. So we have just general laborers, we have welders, machinists, assemblyists, crane operators, and we build very heavy, specialized steel fabricated components. So we have a 150-ton crane in our machine shop, and we're moving 300,000 pounds of steel around in that building on a regular basis. So I cannot take the chance to have anyone impaired running that crane.
Okay, that's fine.
Yeah, that's fair. That's totally fair.
So what's her point? I mean, like,
she's talking in a generalized aspect. Okay. So which company is this through? Is this Fox News or what?
This is CNN.
This is CNN.
Yeah.
I'm surprised then that they would actually kind of color this whole issue like this, because honestly, I would have thought that they wouldn't have colored it this way. It sounds like more of a Fox News sort of thing. But yeah, if you're talking about like crane crews, yeah, no. Dude, you don't want anybody fucking blazed out of their mind. It's a bad idea. Super bad idea.
Absolutely not. Drop something heavy on a whole bunch of people.
Yeah, you're gonna have a bad time.
Fuck, it's hot in here.
It is really hot. Ugh.
All right, so I am opening it up to super chats for a moment here, and then we're gonna go into crazy people.
Yeah.
Please.
We need,
like the stream.
We need like a fan each to just be pointing at our balls,
so we don't get swamp crotch.
Right.
Swamp ass. Swamp ass is terrible.
Swamp ass is terrible.
Yeah.
Jesus fucking Christ. Why is that all gray?
Oh, don't worry. Yeah, it's the stupid. It's glitching out for a second here.
Oh yeah. Fair enough.
Yeah, it'll return to its normal glory once
I see what we're doing. You have such a great set of. Okay, one of the reasons why I love coming up here and doing the studio guest is I'm such a gearhead. I love learning about like software techniques, hardware techniques. So like I get to stand and I get to sit here, and I know you guys out there in the audience don't get to appreciate it like I do, but I'm sitting here in like gear heaven, like, oh.
What I want to do with this studio is kind of set it up like I have it at my place now, where I have the 4 screens like this.
Sure.
Because I have them stacked up like quad screens.
Yeah.
And that works way better. So I could have all of these screens here, and then we could have like one big screen for other people to look at. Because it's only really me that needs to have all these extra monitors around.
Right. Yeah. Absolutely.
All right. Time to go into crazy people if we're not getting any super chats. If we get a delayed super chat, I will...
give him a minute or two.
All right.
Give him a minute or two.
All right. Oh, here's
there
one.
we go. DP Action News.
Oh, and they're putting CNN in the
CNN.
the Jew brackets.
The Jew conspiracy CNN. It's true. It's totally true.
At least Jake Tapper apologized to me.
Did he really?
Well, yeah, to Drunken Peasants.
Oh, that's nice of him.
Yeah, because he wasn't doing his show that day. Someone else was hosting it.
The new and improved Drunken Peasants #2, or actually #3. Great show tonight, guys. Oh,
thank you, Ian Scoobanks.
Thank you, Ian. Appreciate that.
And I want to mention that we will have Billy the Fridge on again soon.
God, I hope so. Dude, Billy was the shit.
He is.
So I was on Monday, but I had to Skype in because I live how far is it? Like 300 miles?
Yeah, something like
it's
that.
Like 300 miles south. So I didn't manage to get into the studio, but being in the studio versus having to Skype is totally different. And Billy was the fucking star of last Monday's show. He's so fucking
He is
good.
a star.
Dude, I fucking love that dude. Will you guys do some sweet, erotically charged ASMR to help me go to sleep? Thanks, my dudes. Next, we're gonna be pulling down your pants. We're gonna lift up your penis and look for pretty soon here the crazy people segment is going to start. Marks of chickenpox. Do you have chickenpox? I don't see any marks of chickenpox. Move on to the next one here. Probably a good idea. I'm going to the comic meetup to kill the Green Paul Ranger. Probably a good idea.
Load beard. Super Chill Friday stream. You guys are the shit. You know what? I like how it has a totally different meaning if you put the word "the" in front of it. Because if the word "the" wasn't there, it'd mean like that we're terrible.
You guys are shit.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Since we're the shit, that's good.
That's good. I'd be charmed either way.
Che Guevara.
They did send $5 either way. Can you recommend places in Amsterdam to get marijuana? I'm going there for my 18th birthday.
I mean, it's everywhere. So I mean, it depends on where you are.
It also depends on like the kind of place that you go to too, doesn't it?
We went to the Bulldog, which was like the first coffee shop in Amsterdam, but I hear that's overpriced and stuff.
Right. It's
weird. It's weird. There's 2 Bulldogs. They're like right near each other. One is for like you can like get food and buy drinks at. You can still smoke there, but you can't buy weed there. And then the other one you buy weed at, but you can't get alcohol there. It's weird.
That is weird. That's really interesting. Here's some money on TJ to make Paul Fatterton come watch their eating contest on the next private show. Become a patron. Is there going to be an eating contest on the next Patreon show?
Yeah, there is.
Oh, fuck me.
Yeah. If you sign up for Patreon now, you will get to see that. They're going to eat as many cheeseburgers as they can. It's going to be disgusting and hilarious.
I was going to read that. This one? Jeff, I was surprised to find out you don't have an official position in the government of the People's Republic of Czech. Why is that? I'm science minister. Paul needs his dick on Pornhub. We've all been saying that for a while.
Yeah, that's Mr. Naughty Priest. He always donates money for
That
Paul's
is Mr.
dick.
Naughty Priest. You know what? I tell you what. If you can disassociate your love from Paul's dick and attach it instead onto my fucking rectum, I won't disappoint you like Paul's dick will.
Hey, I'm
just saying.
I've shown my inner rectum.
Right.
I have. It's not on Pornhub. It's on my channel.
How about a tag team of 2 cute boys' rectums is like way hotter than Paul's medium-sized Flagstaff? I'm just saying. Where is everyone? I miss a fat ones. I want my TJ and Paul. Can you tell Cyber that he a fuckhead and to play some vid game with me, please? Who the fuck is
Cyber? I guess do what this person says. TJ and Paul are not here. They're not in the state. They're far away.
They're like on the other side of the fucking the country right now.
He's asking what you should listen to.
What should you listen to? Okay, I'll tell you what. What I want you to do is I want you to listen to Too Dark Park by Skinny Puppy right now in as dark of a room as you possibly can, especially if you're high out of your fucking mind. Get as high as you can. Crank Skinny Puppy's Too Dark Park and enjoy. And know that I love you.
Thank you for the filthy Canuck bucks. Oh, man.
When will you admit that you killed the other peasants and are covering it up?
I have not.
I'm neither going to corroborate nor
Thank you for the cents.
Thank you. Have more of my money.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for the pounds. All right, so we're going to move on to crazy people.
Yeah. Let's do it. We need... did we do the intro already?
No.
No? Okay.
Booming.
I still say, okay. You need to send this file to me so I can add in the manatee.
Yeah.
So you can like switch between the two at some point.
Yep.
I will do that for you. I'll do that for you this week. Because there's no manatee. I'm waiting for it like, but it doesn't happen.
Yeah. With some like horror villain like jumping out.
Yeah, dude. I'll do it. I'll do it
effects.
for you. Just send that shit to me. I'll do it tomorrow. Well, maybe not tomorrow, like 2 days from today.
Ooh, it's everyone's favorite.
Oh, God.
Rape culture is a subject I've addressed a few times in the past, and
A
many
few
others
times.
who are a lot smarter than me
Rape
have also
culture.
made videos and written about why it's something we should be aware of and concerned about. But
Rape
just in case you
culture.
don't know what I mean when I say rape culture, here's
Rape
how
culture.
it's defined by the Marshall University Women's Center.
Fucking hit me, Daddy. Tell me what rape culture is all about.
Rape culture is an environment in which rape is prevalent and in which
like Islam. Oops.
Sexual violence against women is normalized.
Like Islam.
And excused in the media and popular culture.
Well, if we change it to, instead of excused in the media and public culture, to glossed over, then Islam.
That's not the only definition of rape culture, of course, nor is it the most comprehensive one that there could possibly be. For example, there are
By all means,
instances,
continue.
although they are relatively rare, where sexual violence against men is also normalized, and those are typically considered to be a part of rape culture as well. But nonetheless, that Marshall University Women's Center definition comes the closest of any of the ones I have read to describing what most people, including myself, mean when they refer to rape culture.
I can't help myself. Every time I see Steve going off on a tangent and his very, very moist mouth, I get very aroused.
Wow.
I do.
I had no idea.
I do. I can't help myself. I really can't help myself.
Have you ever seen what he used to look like? He looks almost like a totally different person.
He does. He really honestly does. And his old school persona. Like, I used to be a huge fan of Steve Shives. I thought Steve was the best. I thought he was great. I really did. He was a hardcore atheist. He was like, because, okay. So when I first discovered YouTube, there were three main focuses that I paid attention to. It was The Amazing Atheist, especially because of his interview with CNN. Are you with me, TJ? There was Thunderfoot, and there was Steve Shives.
Wow.
Yeah, absolutely.
I never watched Steve Shives before the show, but I did watch Amazing Atheist and Thunderfoot.
In the genesis of like the online YouTube community for atheists, Steve Shives is actually a really cool dude. He was a really cool fucking guy.
He was. I've watched his older videos now.
They were
I've
dope
come
as
to
fuck.
watch them.
They were dope as fuck. Now he is the biggest piece of shit on the planet. And it's really sad. It's super sad.
One of the most common objections to the notion that rape culture is a problem here in the United States and throughout Western civilization in general is the fact that rape is against the law here. How can we have an environment in which...
What did he just say?
Yes.
Wait,
he's going there.
One of the biggest problems with rape culture is that rape is against the law? What did he...
Sexual violence is normalized when it's illegal. It's illegal! Is it, though? That's the point at which people who make response videos to this will cut in to say, yes, or what about Saudi Arabia, or some other glib attempt at a retort that is as fallacious as it is facile. I even gave him a nice facial to freeze frame on there. You're welcome, content parasites.
Oh, who's he talking to? Who's he talking to?
He's talking about us.
I know.
I know.
Here we go. Here we go. Freeze frame.
Shit. Content parasites, motherfuckers.
He said, "You're welcome." Look at how mad he is.
You're welcome, content parasites.
Yeah, welcome, content parasites.
Yes, this is what the reality is.
Yeah, welcome.
But what I find is really interesting is, like, he basically, before he said this, encompassed anybody talking about any grievance that they had with feminism into the feminist complaints about these types of things, brought them all together and be like, this is the problem. Try and make an argument, parasites.
God.
I don't even know how to argue against, like, what he was trying to do. I don't understand what he's trying to put forth at this point. It's so confusing.
Anyway, it's true that rape is illegal here in the U.S. on paper, but practically speaking, it's a lot more legal than many of you might think. In all but a handful of states, the law determining what counts as rape is frustratingly murky.
Yeah, oh my God, this is great. Guys, just imagine all the things you could do with this. This is great. Why does he keep a pen in the collar of his shirt? What could he possibly need to write while filming this video? Nothing!
Fuck me dead.
And in one state, there is one particular circumstance where rape is explicitly legal. That state, North Carolina.
What?
I don't know why I took a dramatic...
He's going to make the claim that rape is essentially legal in North Carolina.
Okay, let's hear his reasoning for this.
It's in the title of the video. Last month, Kimberly Lawson posted an article to Broadly, the feminist blog hosted by Vice.com, detailing how, thanks to a 1979 ruling by the state Supreme Court in the case of State versus Way, a person who forcibly continues sex with someone after consent has been withdrawn is not guilty of rape in North Carolina. In other words, if you consent to have sex with someone, then change your mind midway through and tell them to stop, they can force you to continue having sex with them and still be found not guilty of rape under North Carolina law.
Okay, all right. Here's the thing. Without knowing the intricacies of these types of scenarios, nobody can actually say one way or the other whether there was actually a rape or there was not a rape that actually happened.
Where do you define when the consent is taken away?
Right. The best case scenario that I would usually attribute is if at some point there was a positive correlation to, yes, we should engage in a sexual relationship, but things got kind of confused and kind of fucked up, then you should deal with that on a separate issue than somebody who overtly took power over you as another person and raped you. It doesn't necessarily mean that you're off the hook. It doesn't necessarily mean that you don't have to answer for your actions, but it is vastly fucking different. But to people like Steve Shives, if you hook up with a girl and she's into it, but things aren't going very well and she's not too terribly into it, and things get a little confused, hopefully you don't have sex with her, but it just got to be kind of a mess. Hopefully there's a way that that can actually be addressed without going into full-blown, like, you raped me, you have totally fucking decimated everything about me. Because in today's climate right now, you can get led into false pretenses to grope on some girl that you meet at a bar, and then you can get charged with sexual assault.
It's worth emphasizing here that North Carolina is the only state in the United States where the law explicitly states that you have no right to withdraw consent during a sex act once consent has been given.
Right.
It's a problem state legislators have been trying to address for years without success. State Senator Jeff...
But you're never going to have success about it, because the thing about it is, when you have with these really fucked up situations, there are only two points of view to try and figure out. There's the point of this person and the point of this person. Who can actually correlate these different... Because nobody else is there. I mean, how much do you go on like to the realm of like rape apologists versus the rape victimists? Like, these are such fucked up situations. But for Steve, and that's the problem, for Steve, it's an easy answer. You automatically assume that whoever claims victim status is the victim.
They are the victim.
And that's not fair. That's not necessarily fair.
I'm a victim, guys. They're about to take away my house from my family.
And the worst part about it is that these types of situations will allow for some people, the court might rule in a decision and the court might be wrong. And that's really fucked up if it happens. But how can you prevent that?
It's very difficult.
It's insanely difficult. So
Jackson has introduced a bill to change the law and establish a clear right to withdraw consent after intercourse is underway. But according to Lawson's article, the bill is unlikely to make it out of committee this year.
Here's my suggestion. If you're single, or even if you're not single, but you're a little loose, don't get so drunk that you can't make the decision on what is best for you. Try and protect yourself. Try and make really healthy choices about that sort of thing. That's the best thing that I can honestly say. Otherwise, you never know what kind of fucked up trouble you're going to get into, because this is fucked up. It doesn't help anybody when you get into this.
How do you feel about Caden Cowgirl? You know Caden Cowgirl?
Oh, Caden Cowgirl. Oh my God. Yes. No, let's do that. I don't want to talk about rape anymore. This is like really weird.
We call him Caden Cowgirl.
You call him Caden Cowgirl?
Yeah.
That's fantastic. No, let's do this. Let's do this.
And by the way, someone needs to tell him to stop taking videos from below the crotch, because it really looks weird.
And let me. Can I just say I would fuck this dude before I fucked Onision?
Caden Cowgirl?
Oh my God, I would fucking destroy him.
I think he's still a minor.
Really?
So be careful.
No, I take that back then.
Maybe he's old enough now. We'll see. I know when he first came on the scene, he was like a teenager.
I gotta text him. How?
You can tweet at him.
Yeah,
look,
I'm gonna tweet at him.
He starts off this episode by playing reggae because this is a weed story. You can tell he's like totally clueless.
Like Caden Cowgirl has ever smoked weed. How do you spell his first name? K or C? Caden.
I don't remember.
Marijuana's not addictive. Smoke 2 joints in the morning, smoke 2 joints at night. Smoke 2 joints in the afternoon makes me feel all right.
There's a song about it. There's a song about a guy who smokes a lot of weed, therefore marijuana addictive, guys.
Addicted.
Smoke 2 joints before I smoke 2 joints, and then I smoke.
It's a song about it. Must be true.
That doesn't sound like an addiction. No. Marijuana's not addictive.
Not addictive.
Bull.
All right. His name is Caden with a C. C-A-I-D-E-N. What the fuck?
Cowgirl. Yeah. I don't know how old he is. He's probably like 17, 18 years old.
I'm just gonna tweet him.
One of our fans went to like a prom or homecoming or something, and he was there, and they took their picture with him and posted it.
I'm just gonna tweet him how old you be, bro. Because if he's over 18, I'd fuck that dude over.
And then that's another thing, guys. I mean, remember that article? Some of you might.
What, the music?
No. What am I doing? Talking about tweeting Caden Cowgirl?
I don't know.
Maybe even heard it.
I don't even know what I'm doing.
That don't live in West Virginia. But there's an article on CNN. West Virginia City had 27 heroin overdoses in 4 hours.
Okay, you can stop the music now since you're talking.
Reported from CNN. There were 27 heroin overdoses within a 24-hour period, including 1 death in Huntington, West Virginia, southern part of the state, near Logan County, just a little bit away. And that's the thing. According to the CDC, Center for Disease Control, marijuana users are 3 times more likely to become addicted to heroin. But don't tell that to Richard Ojeda from...
So Caden Cowgirl lives in West Virginia, and he's like offended that any type of weed legalization is going to happen there.
He lives in West Virginia.
Yeah. The fact of the matter is, tons of people in West Virginia smoke weed already.
Oh, huge amounts. Are you kidding me? Like the Ozark fucking mountain people?
Yeah.
Jesus fucking Christ.
So you're not really going to prevent much by keeping it the way it is anyway. The least you could do is get your poor-ass state some tax revenue.
That's pretty much
employ more people.
Yeah.
The Logan County senatorial area, because... I mean,
Look at this ridiculous Photoshop.
Guys,
that's great. That's the height of intellectual integrity right there.
So bombed out of his mind on this stuff. Go ahead and listen to this. This is Senator Richard
bombed
Ojeda
out of his mind right
from
now.
Logan County's
He's bombed
7th senatorial
on the pots. He was toking the pots.
I swear to God, man, like anytime I run into these like political pundits that are talking about these people who are high on the pot. Oh my God, you don't even know. I want to drag these people around somebody who's like bombed on fucking 8 hits of 4-way window pane acid and be like, why don't you talk to your constituents right here?
Yeah.
See, it's very simple. The fucking transdimensional pathways into the interdimensional alien species. Like, if you want to talk to your drug constituents, like, don't talk to the weed heads. Talk to the really interesting.
I will tell you that I'm starting to really see that there is a dictatorship, not a democracy right now.
Who is this
that's
dude?
going on?
I think this is a guy that's like an opposing viewpoint to him, I believe.
So that's what he's saying. There's a dictatorship taking place. This is the guy that is the head sponsor of the weed bill that wants to get everybody high.
Yeah. So he's sponsoring some sort of weed legalization bill, but that means he wants to get everybody high. It'll become mandatory. This bill makes it mandatory for every man, woman, and child to ingest marijuana.
Is the dude who's counter to Caden, is he like in a hospital bed? Because he looks like he's in a hospital.
I don't know what's going on there.
What the fuck?
He's got like an interesting kind of mohawk going on too.
Hey, it's got a little tufty hair thing.
Okay, so he's saying that there's a dictatorship going on. There's a dictatorship going on in the state legislature. Why?
There's people that do not want this, but they don't want it because of their own personal feelings and beliefs.
Oh, really? So you mean to tell me that the reason why you want this is not because of your own personal feelings and beliefs? Senator Pothead, is that what you're telling me? Because
Senator Pothead.
Every single thing that you mentioned in your little video
You're
segment
a pothead.
Are not composed of any scientific studies, of any facts, of any information, other than, pot makes me feel good. It helps me with pain.
Does anybody else feel like really, really shitty about the idea that Caden can take this guy's statement, pause it, and basically like manipulate it into saying, basically feeding into whatever he's like lining up? Like, that's fucked up, dude. That's really shitty. It's not intellectually honest at all.
No. Someone in the chat asked why he talks weird, because he's trying to sound like Rush Limbaugh.
Yeah. Oh no. He's.
Oh, are you there? Oh, yeah. Oh.
Let me tell you, ladies and gentlemen. Yes. These people are demons.
My.
No, that's Alex Jones. I know. I know.
Yeah. He took the DMT!
The DMT! Caden Crowder took the DMT.
I mean, that's literally what you're saying. And if you want to talk about CBD oil and you're talking about epilepsy and things like that, okay, then talk about that. But no, you're talking about psychoactive substance that you're wanting to put people on.
To put people on. See, again, he's making it seem like, they're just going to like pump it into the air.
Alcohol is a psychoactive substance. Caffeine is a psychoactive substance. Caden Crowder. Just saying.
But he's making it sound like, they're going to pump it into the ventilation systems at the schools. And
right.
He wants to get people high.
They're going to be pumping alcohol inside your middle school.
Yeah.
A substance known for having negative health issues, and you're saying, oh no, all that stuff is false.
So many substances, including foods, have negative health issues.
Testosterone, estrogen, like copious amounts of either of those are negative substances. You should not be imbibing either of those, and these are basic fucking hormones that are part of the endocrine system of the human experience. Like too much of anything is a horrible, horrible thing for a person to imbibe. Life is balance. This is so fucking retarded. All of it is so fucking retarded. It's not like he's talking, and this is the thing too. It's not like he's talking about fucking methamphetamines. He's not talking about hardcore methamphetamines or hardcore opioid abuses or anything like that. He's talking about very, very base human experiences, and he's trying to Make it seem like
Yes.
it's a huge fucking experience.
He wants to get everybody high.
Hey, everybody.
I'm Caden Cowger.
It just doesn't make any fucking sense, man. It really doesn't.
Huh, Senator Pothead here wants everyone to get high.
Big Pharma, they don't know what they're talking about. It's really easy to just completely deny facts if all the organizations that provide facts you discredit.
Sure.
Because that's basically what he's doing. He's saying all these organizations out there providing these studies and research and information, they are all they're all with Big Pharma. They're all working for the multi pharmaceutical complex that is taking over the United States. I don't like a lot of the stuff that some pharmaceutical companies put out there, but the thing is that
I mean, people are always talking about the opioid crisis. How do you think we got to having an opioid crisis? It's because the pharmaceuticals hit the black market first. Well, first people got addicted to it because of their doctors.
Yep.
And then a black market started growing because people started losing their prescriptions when they were still addicted to it.
Well,
and now we have heroin.
Well, I mean, like, so the opioid experience, the opioid, I wouldn't even call it, the opioid addiction industry has been around for a very long time.
Of course.
A very long time.
But I'm talking like, you know, we have a city like Dayton, Ohio, which is a fucking nothing cow town, is like the epicenter of heroin in America now.
Right.
I
And
mean,
so opium, like raw opium and raw heroin, probably never touched that town whatsoever. But because of people like getting injured because of maybe like on the job, you know, injuries or some middle-aged woman throws out her back, she's trying to take care of her kids, has to go on these pain medicines. And the best pain medicines that we have are all opiates.
Yeah, like
you know?
oxycodone.
Yeah, oxycodones and whatever. Even all the way up until like what we have now, the most scary motherfucking shit, which is fentanyl. Fentanyl is fucked.
I'm pretty sure that's what I had during my colonoscopy to like numb me out.
Probably.
Yeah, but that was given to me through a very controlled environment.
Did you get itchy for like the next day afterwards? Or just kind of like
and to be honest with you, like I had a doctor that gave me a Percocet prescription for like 2 years, so I know all about the opioid itch and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah. No, I know about that kind of.
See, but I was smart when I was forced to come off of it. I didn't go looking for it. I just dealt with, you know, the way I felt. Yeah. And then and now I'm free from it, and I wouldn't take it unless I was like had like a broken bone or something like that.
Right, or like an abscessed fucking
something like actual pain.
Yeah.
For like regular aches and pains, weed is enough for me.
Yeah, or
because like I was getting it
for me.
I was getting it because like I actually had an injury from when I was a kid. I got ran over by a car, so I do still have aches and pains till this day from that. But I don't think I need opioids. I think I'm cool.
It's kind of for the best, man.
Yeah,
kind of for the best.
it
You
is.
never know what's gonna fucking happen. I had this friend of mine. Who he went to this fucking Indian casino. It was like 5 years ago, right?
Yeah.
This crazy ass ex punk rocker dude, just the most wastoid dude you'd ever meet in your fucking life. He drops $20 into a machine. He walks out of there with $290,000. One pull in the machine.
Yeah, I mean that does happen.
Right.
It's so the odds are so slim, but I've seen it. I've seen TJ win a bunch of money on a slot machine too.
Dude bought a brand new Mercedes, bought a fucking house.
That's such a terrible idea.
I know. No, the whole thing was a terrible idea. The whole thing was terrible, but he was a punk rocker. Bought a brand new Mercedes, paid the whole thing off in cash, bought a house, and then 4 weeks later drove that brand new Mercedes that he had not gotten extended coverage insurance on straight into the house. Crashed the whole fucking thing. Whole thing.
What a retard.
Yeah, total fucking mongoloid. Almost a third of $1,000,000 flushed down the toilet. Lasted exactly 6 weeks. It was incredible.
6 weeks?
6 weeks.
To fuck up the good life.
Yeah.
First of all,
isn't that amazing?
Yeah, I mean that is crazy.
Easy
I don't think
come,
I would.
easy go, man.
I don't think I would have bought the like super awesome car. Maybe I would have bought like
Fuck
a
no.
decent house.
Yeah.
But I would have banked away the rest of it. You know.
That's so crazy, man. So crazy.
Put that shit into like an investment account.
Yeah. Jesus Christ. Fucking Caden
You're
Crowder.
discrediting credible information.
We went off on a total tangent away from Caden Cowger.
That is widely accepted across the scientific community as having harmful effects. There are carcinogens.
But he's not even talking to this dude. He has like this random dude like paused and he's just kind of I'm babbling at you.
He just
trying to
said
proselytize
he just
you.
said there are carcinogens in marijuana. There's carcinogens in marijuana smoke. And by the way, you don't have to smoke it. There's so many other ways of taking it.
So many ways,
I mean,
dude.
there's even like creams you can rub on your skin that'll get you high. So you don't even have to like eat it or anything.
Do you think Caden Crowder drinks coffee?
You called him Caden Crowder.
What's his name?
Cowger, but Crowder like Steven Crowder.
Well, you know, I got my own problems with Steven Crowder.
I know, but
Yeah,
anyway,
yeah.
Do I think he drinks coffee? Probably. I don't know.
I mean, coffee is a known carcinogen.
Maybe he's so straight-laced he doesn't even drink coffee.
Young man.
A smoke.
Maybe.
That is a fact, okay? Many of the same carcinogens found in tobacco smoke. That is a fact.
Tobacco smoke.
Yeah, because it's smoke.
Tobacco smoke.
You don't have to smoke it.
That's a fact.
It's true that most people do smoke it, but that's just because up until now, when it's legal and there's like a market where you can buy it in many other ways.
I can't deal with this.
So actually, you know what? You're arguing against your own argument here. Because if it were legal where you lived, less people would smoke it. They'd be able to get edibles more easily. They'd be able to get things that would make it easier for them to ingest it. There's even pills. Just a pill you can swallow. There's no carcinogens in that, motherfucker. So I think you're actually arguing against your position at this point.
I think he's arguing. Yeah, I would agree.
There are negative health effects from smoking it. That is true.
That's true.
I don't think as many as tobacco. But yeah, I would agree there are. So, yeah, if it were legal, if this guy on the left here had his way, there'd be more options for people.
So if Spud from Train Spotting had more options, yeah. All right, fuck Caden Crowder, man. I can't. I can't. Whatever his fucking name is. This fucking
Cowger.
Cowger. Whatever the fuck your name is, you obnoxious fucking little kid.
No, I want to see photoshops of
fucking Caden Crowder. You kiss my ass. Fucking little twat.
Oh.
Papa's angry. Anyway.
Oh God, check this out. The truth about fidget spinners revealed.
All right, let's do this. No! What are you doing to me, Ben?
Yeah.
All right, hey everyone, it's TVC Mario, and you're here for a video.
All right, everybody, here it's TVC Mario.
You guys just had a video about this. I was just watching it when I was coming up here. You guys had a video of this fucking potato head motherfucker being like, fidget spinners are of the devil.
Yep.
They're of the
Great
devil.
question. I've actually been asked by many
most amazing unibrow.
and that is the current fidget spinner trend that's so popular with the kids today somehow evil?
Oh, I'm guessing you're going to say yes. Call it a hunch.
I'm gonna suggest that he says yes too.
He said a lot of parents have come to him. It's like, who the fuck goes to the vigilant Christian Mario for parental advice? and by the way, did you see his video? I watched it on my stream. The video where he cries and says he's not going to smoke weed anymore.
No.
Like, we watched a video years ago where he did the same thing, but I watched a newer video recently where he like sits there and cries about how he can't stop smoking weed. He's like, nah, but I only stopped doing it because the devil made me do it. And now I'm going to stop because Jesus wants me to.
Jesus fucking Christ.
So you guys can check that out too.
That's amazing.
Or satanic? And is the Illuminati behind it?
I like the idea. I like the idea, like, in his small, insular, like, closed-in fucking community. There's, like, these housewives who see these fidget spinners and they're like, I wonder if these are satanic. Maybe I should go and ask Mario.
Yeah, the vigilant Christian. He'll know.
I bet he'll know whether or not this is, like, a tool of the Illuminati.
You know the guy who makes, like, 20 videos a day saying, like, yoga and, you know, Katy Perry and all this shit are all satanic?
I wonder what he has to say.
I wonder if he'll say this is satanic.
I need to go ahead and make this video to answer that question. No, ladies and gentlemen,
What?
this is one of the most ridiculous claims I've ever heard.
I'm so surprised.
Now, if you're one of these people that have bought into the lie and right away you're offended by me saying this,
I am surprised.
Listen to the end of this video. I'm going to make some sound, logical arguments here to show you that this is nothing more than people trying to get a bunch of YouTube views by spreading some sensational nonsense.
That sounds amazing, Mario.
So you see what Mario's doing now? He's calling out other people as being crazy conspiracy theorists. Did you see this?
That's
you see what he's doing now?
That's
He's playing the other side of it. Oh, you got us. You know what? I will admit it. You got me, Mario. You got me. Which makes me believe you are satanic.
Of course he is.
You know what? I am serious. Yes, plot twist, guys.
Has anybody been under any other illusion that Mario is not actually the secret satanic cabal behind the Illuminati real world order?
Yeah, he's the man in the black hood.
He's been trying to put the whole impetus on on shows like The Drunken Peasants, on like YouTube channels that are totally opposed to him. He's trying to say like those are the satanic imagery, but the truth of the matter is Mario is the true Prince of Darkness, pushing forth Satan's message here on Earth.
It's just like Jim Ass said. He's not the vigilant Christian. He's the vigilant fraud.
Hashtag Jim Ass is right.
Yes. Jim Ass was right. He's the vigilant fraud.
Okay, so don't fall for it. All right, guys, so let's get right into it.
Into what?
Now, you probably already have heard or seen about the fidget spinners. I mean, there's not many people out there who are not aware.
Yeah, I mean, like, they're sold everywhere. In airports, they're everywhere.
What's a fidget spinner?
Of what they are. The kids love them. There are these little devices here that they put on their finger and they end up spinning. Now, obviously, the one here is in the sign of the Illuminati eye. But does that mean that the Illuminati made it? No, it.
Yeah, but anytime you're watching a cartoon like The Simpsons and you see something that looks like a triangle, you say it is Illuminati and that the Illuminati made it happen. But now when you see one that's blatantly trying to look like an Illuminati symbol, you're saying, no, not necessarily.
That's just marketing, Ben. Don't be silly.
What?
That's ridiculous.
He's totally flipped the script at this point.
He's playing four-dimensional chess.
He's doing it now.
He's playing four-dimensional chess.
I think now he's like, you see all these other people, they're just trying to get views. It's like, motherfucker, what have you been doing for like the last decade?
Could just be some guy trying to make some money. I mean, he knows that this would sell to certain people and appeal to certain people, so it's probably been put out.
So when it's done at the Super Bowl and it's done, like there's triangles on The Simpsons and stuff like that, that's all the Illuminati, but this not.
If you do your research, you're going to find out that they're not able to pinpoint exactly who created the fidget spinner. Looks like it came back from 1980s or something. Or the 90s or 80s. So it's been out for a while, but it's only been really popularized this year.
We're trying to figure out which spastic,
but let's go ahead and check out this
came over
ridiculous claim. Supposedly, by putting your finger in the middle here, you're doing the 666 hand sign. Now, this is something that I've been talking about on my YouTube channel for a while, and this is something occultists will subliminally program in their music videos and stuff like that.
See? Occultists, they do this in a music video, and that's satanic.
White power!
But this is a sensational, insane claim. As you can see, even in the picture, the kid isn't even doing the proper 666 hand sign. He doesn't even have the right finger on there. So this is, to say the least, a stretch and a half.
Of course, the proper.
Actually, Mario, joke's on you. This is an even more satanic sign. If you do that, ooh, mark of the beast, motherfucker.
Way more satanic.
There are fidget spinners made in the form of pentagrams and that. And sure, as a Christian, you shouldn't, have any of that or whatever. And then they go on to talk about the fact that it's symbolism for the unholy trinity and all this stuff.
For giggles.
Well, what the Bible says in Romans chapter 12, verse 3, it says, "For I say, through the grace given unto me, to every man that is among you, not to think of himself more highly than he ought to." And then here...
Okay, you're so full of shit, Mario.
Yeah, I can't.
Let's get to your point here.
Yeah, what is he trying to say?
There's a lot of bullshit.
Little voodoo dolls that your kids play with? No, that is satanic. Ouija boards? Yeah, no, satanic.
So these things are satanic, but not fidget spinners.
Right. This, yeah, satanic. This,
What?
Dolls
get
are
real.
satanic. Okay,
You've lost-
dolls are satanic.
I like how,
Okay.
all these things are satanic, but not the dolls.
Here we see
No,
that there
I think you say
is a
that those are
possibility.
satanic.
So there you go. Okay.
Oh, the dolls are satanic, not the fidget spinners.
Not the Illuminati shaped fucking fidget spinner. That's not satanic.
Those are people just make videos about that trying to get
But
views.
the Lady Gaga style fucking dolls, those are super satanic.
Mario doesn't do this. Mario doesn't say that things are satanic when they're not to get views, but other people do that.
Okay. Okay.
That's what other people are doing. That's what they're doing with their fidget spinner are satanic videos.
I guess so.
Yep.
I guess so.
Mario's calling them out. He's keeping them honest.
Mario is doing a public
Yep.
service right now.
This is good ministry. This is good exposing.
I don't really want to think about you exposing
Yeah.
anything
This
to
is
anyone,
good
Mario.
exposing.
Unless you're coming to my motel room. I mean,
damn.
What's up, Mario? How you doing? What's up, Mario?
All right, let's see where we are right now.
We're rocking pretty hard.
I want to remind everyone that we're going to do the post show after this is over,
We are.
and that'll be available on DP on demand.
We're gonna get completely naked for the post show.
That's why it's available only on DP on demand.
Only on DP on demand.
And-
totally naked post show.
Link in the description, 33% off.
Mm-hmm.
You can get that and several hours of video content.
At least I'm gonna get naked.
Spanning the last 4 years of DP history.
But I'm not doing it for free. Well, actually, technically, I will be doing it for free, but you don't get it for free.
True.
That's true.
It is true.
It's because I'm a slut. I get paid in drugs.
In drugs. yeah. We gave him a big fucking like crate of drugs when he got here.
Just a fucking like massive. I get like the fucking what's his name? The dude from the Mad Max movie.
Oh, Mel Gibson?
No. The fucking
the newer one?
Immortan Joe. I get like an Immortan Joe face mask full of fucking ketamine before I do every fucking experience with these. Like, I mean, everybody thinks I come on here just to have fun, but I am actually cranked to the gills on copious amounts of animal tranquilizers every time I show up in studio. Like, just saying, you know. I just want to be honest with you people.
By the way,
I see space.
If you guys haven't RSVP'd for the meetup yet, please do so. Get some fucking tickets. Go to that. It's gonna be crazy.
I'm so mad that I'm gonna miss it.
Yeah?
I'm so mad, man. I'm so mad. It's just bad planning.
Yeah, I don't know what to tell you, man.
I can't help it. I can't cancel it. I already bought my tickets to go to Atlanta.
Man, add that to the list of huge disappointments.
I'm gonna be in the land of fat booty black bitches for, a weekend, and I'll come back and I'll hang out with you guys. And you guys will have had your thing, but I mean, it's fine.
I would rather see Cenk Uygur as a guest host than this Jeff faggot.
Oh, well. Kiss my ass.
Yeah. Fun fact.
Why don't you tweet at Cenk Uygur and ask him to come on the show? That'd be great. And see what he says.
Fun fact, John Cusack follows 389 people on Twitter. That's not a lot, and I'm sure he has a lot of followers. One of which is Steve Shives. Look it up.
No fucking
Sad.
way. Fucking no
Believe it.
way, dude.
I believe it.
Really? John Cusack, what the fuck's going on with you, dude?
Yeah. I have enjoyed quite a few John Cusack
1408 was one of the best movies I've watched in the past decade. Why do you have to turn it into such a piece of shit? That's such a good fucking movie. That's such a good movie. You've seen that, haven't you?
Which one?
1408?
Yes.
Oh my god, when he's in the fucking motel room? Oh, shit.
Good
So
show again, as always. Thanks for the content. Thank you. Thank you for the super chats. Cummies, you Jonathan Davis motherfucker.
I have no idea what that means. I have no idea what Cummies or Jonathan Davis means. I'm just saying.
Yeah. We have no idea.
Ooh.
We have no idea what Kami is.
Kami is
Who the fuck
disgusting.
is Jonathan Davis?
Jonathan Davis sounds like my tax attorney.
We're just killing time for like the next 5 minutes, and then we're gonna go do the post show, and then we get the fuck out of this hot ass room.
Jesus fucking Christ! I need a cigarette so gone. I need a cigarette, Ben.
Cigarette.
I need a cigarette.
I can't do that. Paul does Pimp Monk better than Pimp Monk does Pimp Monk.
I can't do it either. Every time I try.
yeah, you get like a scratchy throat.
I need like 15 years of emphysema to be able to do Pimp Monk. I've been smoking a long time, and I can't do Pimp Monk.
All right, guys, I think we're going to wrap it up and do the post show. Thanks to everyone for watching. We'll get this one here. Well, John Cusack is the prototypical new male.
A new male. New male.
It's like new metal.
Absolutely. New male. But yeah, everybody, thank you very much for hanging out. Thank you very much for tuning in to the Drunken Peasants podcast. It's been a lot of fun.
Have a good rest of your day or night or wherever the fuck you are. Good night.
Yeah. Fuck.